$1,000. Just enter this nationwide keyword on our website. Money.
Gotcha.
That's money. Enter it now.
Is Rock out there?
FoxSports910.com.
This is the Parker.
Does he come from work?
For all your AC, plumbing, and electric needs, call Parker.
Gotcha.
Much cooler temperatures as we head towards the end of the week today.
How does that guy work a full-time job while doing this gig?
Sports marketing and is powered by the injury attorneys Lerner and Roc.
Let's go.
You need a check?
Cool.
Make one call. That's all. 602-977-1900 and always online at lernerandrow.com. Now time for Calling All Sports with Roc and Manuch.
Guys are hot.
On Fox Sports 910.
Hey, everybody, we say good afternoon to you. It is a beautiful Thursday here in the Valley of the Sun. As we broadcast from Twin Peaks, we are hanging out on Camelback Road, and it is a great time to be here. It's Roc and Manuch with Jimmy B, Fox Sports 910. Ben is back in the iHeart studio. Jax is taking care of everything for our television partners, and we are off and running. Manuch, always good when we get the chance to hang out on a thirsty Thursday at Twin Peaks.
I like that. Twin Peaks, matter of fact, we're going to be at the new Twin Peaks next 3 weeks out there at Deer Valley.
Okay.
They're getting ready to open, but out here on Camelback, they got all the great specials going on. An opportunity for you to watch Major League Baseball, all the NBA playoff games, XFL.
NHL coming up.
NHL playoffs. You got the USFL. Yep. You got golf. Am I missing anything?
XFL.
Well, I just said that. I said XFL. Pay attention, Jimmy.
And USFL.
Yeah, I said both of them. We're starting off like that already, Jack.
How about the ABCs?
We got exactly. So we also got maybe some pickleball tournaments that are coming on.
Yeah.
So out here, Twin Peaks, one of the five Valley locations, they got it going on. Pay attention, Jimmy.
Am I going to have to get a helicopter from where I live near Tucson to get to Twin Peaks next week?
No, absolutely not. No, you just come up that 101, take it all the way around.
Yeah.
Get off on 27th Avenue. It'll take you to 31st Avenue, do a hard left, and there it is.
It's right there.
It's the old claim jumper where they had many years ago.
Yeah,
so
yeah. I remember.
Brand spanking.
Wow, you know the city.
Oh, come on.
Did you do real estate here before?
Yeah.
He tells me every day.
Every day.
Commercial real estate.
I know every freaking road in this town.
That piece of property right there. Yeah, I sold that one.
Yeah.
I sold that one. I made minimum wage during those days of the real estate depression from 85 to 95. And why wouldn't I get out of the business when the market switched?
Yeah.
I had to go get a real job.
And now you're stuck with us.
Exactly right.
All right, let's go.
Time for the top local and national stories of the hour. Powered by the Sportsbook at CAZ Sports Bar in Casino, Arizona. Bet big on your favorite teams and players in an environment that's as exciting as the game you're watching. There's no better place in the Valley to get in on the action. The Sportsbook at CAZ Sports Bar. Now, guys, what's your top story this hour?
Well, it's going to be the Diamondbacks and what this baseball team is beginning to do. And by the way, you can always go to Casino, Arizona and hang out at the CAZ Sports Bar and Sportsbook. They have all of the Major League games on, the NBA, the NHL, everything that you want to watch, it is available. And they always have great drink specials and food specials as well. And the Sportsbook is right there for your wagering fun. That's it. It's all at Casino, Arizona, CAZ Sports Bar and Sportsbook.
So I need to ask you something.
Yeah, man.
So what television networks are we working with Jax?
We're on about
three or four of them. We're on television.
Yeah.
Well, which television network are we on?
We're streaming on TV. If you go to YouTube, if you go to Twitter,
so do you consider YouTube television?
Yes.
Okay.
To Jimmy, it is.
It's a television stream. That's what it is.
It is not an internet stream
it's
not a web stream. It's television. So when you go into you go into Best Buy, are you buying a television or are you buying a streaming?
I'm buying a smart TV.
Okay, smart TV. So it's a TV, television.
That is television.
Okay,
which means
So right now, can I be on a smart? Are we on a smart TV right now?
You could be. Somebody could be streaming us on their television, which means you are on TV.
Okay, so you said multiple networks. So YouTube would be one of those, right? Okay.
Yeah.
So would you consider Facebook television?
Absolutely, because you can stream it
Twitter,
on your TV.
Twitter,
same
television.
deal.
Okay,
Same deal.
This is impressive.
I'm learning so much. Rock, I've been out a couple days. I got to get Juice your credit. He's coming back pretty good.
Yeah,
real strong.
I was just gonna say, put that in your pipe and smoke it, Rock. Welcome in.
But I wouldn't think the definition of television would be Twitter or Facebook.
It is what it is.
We get it. You embellish a little bit, makes it sound better than we are.
Talking.
Exactly.
You are Captain Embellish. You look up embellish in the dictionary. There's a picture of Manuch.
There's truth be told with the embellishment. Let's put it that way.
We were just going to get into
our younger demographic, real quick.
Yeah.
So our younger demographic, like Jax. So Jax, do you consider this television? What you are doing, right? Like if you now on your resume that you've been working with us, you're responsible for Roc and Manuch and Jimmy B's television networks.
I would call it digital media.
There you
not
go.
Television, but I love the effort, Jimmy. You're getting better.
I'm getting better. What? Just bite me.
It's not television. We should.
It is. Look, if you
useless knowledge. Stop it.
Put the cord in that TV, and we are on TV.
Rock, he's on a roll. Let him go.
We are on
I
television.
don't know if I would give him some butter to put on that roll right now. I don't know about that.
It was a good effort, Jimmy. And we knew what you're talking about. We had you figured out.
I didn't. That's why I had to say something. I'm like, Jackson's because I'm usually responsible for everything that has to do with digital, social, everything.
Yeah.
Except for getting some guests and the great content you guys bring to the show. So I was just I didn't remember. You misremembered? I misremembered. I was sleepwalking. I didn't know I did a deal with some television networks.
Well, I think the way Jimmy set that up was hoping that CBS, NBC, and AT&T are listening.
Okay.
And might go, hey, look, these guys, they're on television. And how are we missing the boat with these guys? We need to get them on our television. And if they can go on YouTube and Facebook and Twitter, why not? So I liked how you did that, Jimmy.
Okay.
Kind of set that up.
That's what I do.
Yeah, so with that being said, continue on, please. You're on a roll, as Manuch says.
When the Germans bomb Pearl Harbor.
That's it. You got it.
Exactly.
Yeah.
Exactly.
Don't tell him he's on a roll. That was great. So we got Diamondbacks who are just playing out of their ever-loving minds, which brings us then to our State 48 Roofing, it's your call question of the day. And for a free quote, repair, or installation, just head to state48roofing.com. You can always follow them on social media by searching hashtag sexy roof status.
Or their television network.
That is true.
At Twitter.
That's correct.
Yeah, their Twitter. Twitter.
And here it is, because it would be up on your television screen if you were plugged in and streaming.
So just curious, when you get home tonight.
Yeah.
And you turn on do you have a smart TV?
I do.
Assuming you do, yeah.
I do.
Manuch, probably you don't.
I do.
They're all smart TVs. So do you literally go on and type in the URL? No, you know what the URL is, right?
I know what it is.
Okay, that would get you to YouTube, right?
Yes.
And then you would watch. Do you watch the show?
They
do you watch our television show that we have?
I can.
Okay.
Yes, I can.
You got the capability.
I have that capability.
But you haven't done it. But you haven't done it.
I haven't done it,
Okay.
no. But I can.
Okay.
But why? I know what I said for 3 hours, so I don't have to go back and revisit.
So there it is, Rock. Why do we need to go watch myself again from that standpoint? Yeah.
I watched myself for 40 years.
Yeah, that's unlike Manuch. Now, Manuch,
I do sound checks.
Yeah, it does sound check. Yeah, he likes hearing himself, just like he loves the mirror.
I have visual checks. Matter of fact, just checking our Facebook feed or our YouTube feed, make sure the sound is right and correct, and that type of thing. All right, Jimmy, go ahead and give our State 48 Roofing it's your call question today.
Before I was so rudely interrupted.
Not rudely. I'm just trying to improve the program.
How long do you wait until you jump on the Diamondbacks bandwagon? Sounds like Rock's already on them. Here are your options. 1, the end of May. 2, the All-Star break. 3, at least a year. Or 4, I'm on it right now. You can always go to Roc and Manuch on Twitter and cast your vote. We will revisit it throughout the course of the show today.
I'm going with I'm on it because I love it. I mean, it's so much fun, but being realistic.
Okay.
Being realistic, because they've done this before to us. We've had the baby backs. You remember the baby backs?
Yes.
They came out not necessarily strong in early April, but May. I remember a May 6, 7, 8 years ago where they were on fire. We were going baby backs. It was so much fun, and then once the dog days of summer hit, it was there was a balloon popped, and it was like, all right,
it was kind of
the real team is, because what happened was the rest of the division got going.
They did.
Yeah.
And it was right around the All-Star break. We were so excited. These are guys that came up from AA and AAA, and like, wow. And it was about the All-Star break, I think, where we kind of had a pretty good idea. And then at the All-Star break, they really faded. For me, it's, are they a pretender or contender? I don't know. Maybe I'm kind of leaning toward end of May or for sure the All-Star break. I mean, I think we all want to see them do well, but this is fun to see them starting off at 7-4 right now, going into Miami, maybe win a series there, go on the road for 7-game road trip, and see how they do. Now, with the success, how do you do with that 7-game road trip with Matt Bum pitching tomorrow? Get him off the schneid and get him the run support.
We will see. Coming up a little bit later, looking forward to catching up with Rick Horo as we're going to talk about Major League Baseball and games getting shorter. It's something we've been talking about quite a bit over the last couple weeks here on Roc and Manuch with Jimmy B, and how these teams are starting to extend beer sales, as the Brewers were the first, followed by the Diamondbacks. Now we're seeing a domino approach, as we see in a lot of sports, copycat league, right? You see a lot of copycat, and that's fine. But I also want to get into the fact that Anheuser-Busch has lost billions of dollars because of the Bud Light controversy, which a lot of people on sports radio probably won't touch that, but it does have a connection to sports, so I do want to dive into that with Rick.
Yeah, I think those are some of the things that when you look at the political structure and you see a company that's, okay, if I'm going to support this particular group, it affects my sales, they got to stand by that. If they're not going to change it. And then you got another group that's somewhat opposing it or protesting it, whatever that is. So it's interesting with beer sales. It's kind of like, okay, here's our stance, this is where we're going. A lot of people may not like it. And how is that going to affect them? And will they make a change if they do that?
Their stock's down. Well, I don't know what it is today. It was down, 1.5%?
Right.
As of yesterday, this whole transgender influencer and this person has 10 million followers on social media. So maybe it was a good idea at first. But boy, I mean, it's like the ongoing joke everywhere I'm at. Hey, Rock, let me get you a Bud Light. And I'm like, whoa. It's all in fun. But that's the kind of stuff that sometimes gets so blown out of proportion that now it can affect sales at the ballpark. It can affect sales everywhere. I mean, there's been a full-blown boycott on Anheuser-Busch products.
Let me just reference this, because maybe I'm the odd man out. I didn't even know what was going on.
Yeah.
I had no clue until...
because you're drinking Jack all the time.
Well,
and
yeah,
bourbon.
I know.
You're not a Bud Light drinker.
I'm not a beer guy. So yeah. I had absolutely no clue until I saw it on the rundown and then researched the story. Then I understand it.
And it may play into also with this federal bill that's out there, the Protection of Girls and Women's Sports Act, which was a big story yesterday with Sue Bird and Jessica Mendoza and about 30 other women's sports athletes that signed a letter opposing a federal bill that would ban transgender girls from playing women's sports in schools. So, which I am just floored by this.
I am the same way, right?
Especially all these professional athletes that are okay with competing with men.
And it's interesting because I'm on the same page with you. If you're born a male and you transcend or you whatever, you switch. If you're the initial way you were born, I would be against anybody from playing female sports at that time. I think where you're born and then moving on, because all of a sudden you're dominating these female sports. Well, yeah, you got the bone structure, you got the muscle. There's so many. As a phys ed major, trust me, I know the bone structure, the female and the male. And when you go in and dominate sports, if you were a male now a female, that doesn't change. That Bone structure mass is not going to change versus a female.
I can reference this for you, Rock, and being a former tennis player, you can identify back in the 80s, Renee Richards came on the women's tennis tour.
Yeah.
Her name originally was Dr. Richard Raskin, was an ophthalmologist, had the sex change operation, was over 40 years of age, and then came and was a tennis player of quality as a male. Then at over 40, came out and played on the women's tennis tour. There was huge backlash to begin with, but then the top women's players, she never won any matches that were of any consequence. But at that time, it was still a major situation.
But she was 40. They were much younger.
That is correct. That's why it's referenced.
And no social media going on.
Yeah,
right now.
you got it.
Hey, we're just getting started from the Twin Peaks on Camelback. We appreciate you hanging out with us. It's Roc and Manuch with Jimmy B here on Fox Sports 910.
Whether it's beer and wings with the guys or a steak or ribs with that special someone, Tavern Grill Scottsdale is a casual sports bar and grill with something for everyone. Visit us today at 8880 East Via Linda, Tavern Grill in Scottsdale.
A homeowner just like you
decides
to fix his roof.
Okay.
He backs up his truck, ties one end of the rope to the bumper and the other to himself.
Smart.
He's working on the backside of the roof until...
What? Wait, no.
Yes, Dad was in tow.
Ooh, was he hurt?
A few bruises and his pride.
Save yourself with State 48 Roofing, offering maintenance, repairs, and replacements. Of course, licensed, insured, and bonded. From residential to commercial. State48roofing.com.
The right price, the right selection. It's all now at Wright Toyota in Scottsdale. Stop by today and see why Wright Toyota continues to be Arizona's top Toyota dealership, located just off the 101 on Frank Lloyd Wright Boulevard and online at wrighttoyota.com.
We're your neighbors. You should stop by for a visit. We're Casino Arizona. Come on in. Our slots are spinning, our dealers are dealing, and everyone's yelling bingo. Isn't it about time you see your friends again? So stop by to say hello. Stay a while. Relax. Enjoy yourself. We'd love to see you again. Hey, this place was made to entertain. We're your Casino, Arizona.
iHeart Podcasts is excited to welcome Jay Shetty to the iHeart family. Tune into On Purpose with Jay Shetty, the hit podcast where the former monk shares fascinating conversations with insightful people and investigates ways to live life today on purpose.
Try something new. When was the last time you did something for the first time with your partner? We're used to watching them do the same things, do the same activities. Let's see them do something fresh and new.
Listen to On Purpose with Jay Shetty on the iHeart Radio app or wherever you get your podcasts.
Mr. Clean, Mr. Clean. Of course I use Mr. Clean Magic Eraser to clean tough messes off my stovetop at
Rock there.
But then I discovered I can also...
Hey, Rock, when Jimmy says something like, hey, let me drop this on you, or...
And when wipes get it,
do you want me to hit the drop then?
They're thin and flexible erasers, perfect for everyday messes, like gunk on.
I was just saying that whenever Jimmy kind of says like, oh, let me drop this on you, can I just hit the drop then?
Mr. Clean Magic Eraser and Sheets make cleaning look easy.
Meant for mornings, The Drive with Jody Ayler. Listen tomorrow 6 to 10 on Fox Sports 910. It's a Twin Peaks Thursday. Back to Roc and Manuch with Jimmy B. Broadcasting live from one of the 5 Valley Twin Peaks on Fox Sports 910.
Guys are hot.
And the iHeart Radio app.
We got to get to this like immediately. I mean, like so fast. We got to get right to it. Ben, I need you to fire off right now the Tampa Bay Rays winning their 12 in a row. I need the final out from last night, yesterday, from 95-3. We need to get it real quick because I was hoping to get that in before they won again, which they just did. So can you hurry up and play it? Just play it. Rez, get it out. For our
Fairbanks throws, swinging a rolling ground ball to second, picked up by Lau. He throws to first, and the Rays have won 12 in a row.
There you have it.
It matches.
There you have it.
We used it, Rock.
Yeah. All right, so then they just won again, 9-3, as they beat the Boston Red Sox. So they are now 13-0, and again, just continuing to score bunches of runs. And you got to love it. I mean, I got to love it. The fact that it's the Tampa Bay Rays, not the Boston Red Sox or the New York Yankees or the LA Dodgers. It's the Rays, which have a good team. We know that. But it's good to see a smaller market team having success.
Well, and the thing is you love streaks, win streaks, especially beginning of seasons like National Football League. Yeah, they're 5-0, they're 8-0, or can they beat the Dolphins? And we were talking yesterday about the great start the Detroit Tigers had in '84. They were like 25-3, and you're like, wow. I mean, we just get enamored with streaks, whether they're losing streaks or they're winning streaks, and can they break this record? Can they break that record?
They broke it now because yesterday was a tie. Now they have broken it, and the '87 Brewers and the '82 Braves share the best start in big league history. So now you can add the Rays to that list, and let's hope they get to the to 14.
That'd be great.
And you gotta love that. Why not? And especially when it's over the Boston Red Sox.
And after 2 weeks, the Blue Jays and Yankees are already 4.5 games behind, just like that. They're having to win to keep pace to stay within 5 games, but. That you think at some point it all evens out in the end. So we'll see. They're hot now.
Yeah, they absolutely are. And for the D-backs, off today, but let's go back to yesterday as they win another series against the Brewers. They are traveling today to Florida as they'll be hosting. They'll be playing the Marlins, the Cardinals, and then they'll be back home next week to play the Padres. But here's some highlights from yesterday. Let's start with Corbin Carroll and his 2-run homer in the bottom of the 7th, which made the score 7-3. This is all courtesy of Valley Sports.
Corbin lifts this to deep left center field. Mitchell in pursuit, and it's gone! Corbin Carroll, that's his 3rd. And once again, the Diamondbacks answer right back.
How about Corbin Carroll? 3 home runs, 3 dingers on the year so far. Here's the Rook coming out of the box at 255, 2 for 4 yesterday. Besides the stolen bases, I mean, and that outfield, they cover a lot of ground. This might be one of the faster outfields in all of Major League Baseball.
Not much gets past them.
They really did in a couple games last week, and then this week, you could get a couple line drives there in the gap. They got to them. And, speed kills on the bases and speed kills in reference to that outfield as far as taking away runs from other teams.
So Corbin batting 255 with 6 RBI and 7 runs to go with those 3 home runs. And then let's just have some fun. The final out in the win yesterday against the Brewers.
1-2 to Anderson. Got him. Diamondbacks win it 7-3. The times they are changing in the National League West. D-backs in first place all by themselves.
And they ought to be proud of that. We'll see what happens as we move forward in the season, but they've played some tough competition in the early going this year, and they have more than held their own.
Absolutely.
So how long do you wait until you jump on the D-backs bandwagon? That's our State 48 Roofing Get Your Call question. The end of May, the All-Star break, at least a year, or you're on it now. Go to our Twitter page at Roc and Manuch. So those are our sounds of the night, which are brought to you by Valley Chevy and Valley Chevy dealers, as they have been serving the Valley for over 80 years. Find new roads at your Chevy dealer. Head to valleychevy.com.
Jameson making his first start, you go only 4 innings, and first start, you throw 54 pitches, 6 relievers, kind of, held serve with everybody. I got to imagine it was kind of a combination from Torey Lavelle to go, look, we haven't had to really utilize the bullpen a lot. So that was a good point with today off for them to get some work in. Get the young
They're
guy.
not getting any work in. It was a travel day.
No, I know.
There's no work.
No, he meant
yesterday
work by the bullpen.
Yeah, yesterday.
Oh, I'm sorry.
Yeah, that's all right.
Get some work in yesterday, day off today, and the young guy, 4 good innings.
Yeah.
Get those guys some work in.
Absolutely.
Here we go. Bumgard, Mad Bum going tomorrow night.
We're going to talk a little bit about this with Rick Horrow, but all the news about Major League Baseball extending alcohol sales past the 7th inning, and some people have come out questioning the policy, wondering if it's a safety issue for the fans. Do you guys think it's a safety issue?
I don't look. If you're hammered by the 7th inning. What's the difference? If
I was thinking the same thing
by the 8th inning,
whether it's the 4th or the 8th.
Yeah.
Or, I mean, if you're responsible, you got somebody driving, or you take an Uber or whatever.
You're irresponsible if you're hammered.
But I know, but if you would hope that people are responsible, they drink responsibly. But they give it an extra inning. That if this is only going 2.5 hours, the game the other night. You had basically a no-hitter by both teams, went 2 hours and 25 minutes.
Right.
Love it.
That was great.
Yep.
But I get it. I see. If you're going to go get your beers, go get a couple at a time, come back, but just be responsible with your drinking.
I think what's worse is doing dollar hot dog night like the Philadelphia Phillies did. And all of a sudden, you see these dogs going all over the place. People are throwing them in the stands.
Only in Philly.
And no, that would happen anywhere. No, as a Philly guy born in Philly,
the city of brotherly love.
No.
I got
the thing that I think is disturbing.
Yes.
Is the fact that there were people that were waiting in line for 2 hours for $1 hot dog. You were limited to one. The lines were out. I mean, it was a joke. I'm sitting there watching this the other day, and I'm saying to myself, I'll give everybody in line $1. You know, why would you wait? You're missing these games. To your point, Manuch, game's $2.20, and you're waiting in line $2. 2 hours. You're saying to yourself, you get home and you talk to your wife and girlfriend, like, how was the game? Well, I really didn't see much. I was waiting for that $1 hot dog. What a joke.
And then I threw it at somebody.
Now,
which is what they did.
Rock, I will agree with Jimmy on the Philadelphia fan.
Everybody's that. But at least it's not a battery. At least it was.
No,
it was a hot dog. That's harmless.
Yeah, or a snowball, or a syringe.
Exactly. That's what. No, we never did syringes. They've done batteries and they've done snowballs, but they've never gone down the road with syringes.
2 minutes. I thought that was commonplace with everybody when Barry Bonds was in left field.
That was different. There was a reason for the syringes. Imagine those days, man. That was a big deal for so long. Now it's like, oh, whatever. You know, it's like, who cares? But anyway, that was funny. If you hadn't seen it, I'd go online and YouTube it. You know, go on your favorite television network and you'll see it. Right,
Jimmy,
absolutely.
By the way, we are video streaming, and for Jimmy, we're on TV on YouTube, Facebook, and Twitter. Just search Roc and Manuch.
When my smart TV turns on, all the icons come up on the bottom of the screen.
The icons.
I get DirecTV. I get Amazon Prime. I get everything.
So who's your favorite icon?
They all
Apple,
pop up.
Apple, YouTube.
What the hell do you call that?
You call the apps? Your favorite apps?
That too.
Okay.
So
who's your favorite icon growing up? Here's what's funny right now, guys.
Yeah, we know what he's talking about.
I know.
Yeah, you do.
We do. But what's funny is Jax is preparing for the rewind on Friday, and I can see him typing over there. Jimmy might have to do the show tomorrow just because it's going to be a lot on you.
It's all in fun, Jimmy. We don't care what you think or feel. We still do it no matter what.
Right.
The icons.
So my point that I'm making is, so I have Amazon Prime.
Rock, those are iconic apps. That
I just think it's funny because Jimmy earlier this week, he shoots me a note, on text. He goes, "Hey, you good with everything that I'm doing?" And I said, "Yeah." I said, "I love you, man. I truly do, man." I go, "You've been great for the show. A lot of shows been doing well. People are talking about us. We've got a lot of new sponsors.
We're on TV now.
We're on TV now.
Like, great."
But I just said, I go, what we're missing is, and I didn't send this. I should have. Like, we need you there, or at least to call in at 3:15 on Fridays, so you can listen to the rewind, because it's probably the best segment, other than at 2:15 today with Quick Draw Manuch, but which I think I'm 6-0.
Yeah, you're 6.
You're rolling.
You're 6. I got 3. You got 6.
Yeah,
I saw it.
Should I sit out this week and let you guys?
No, man.
No. All right.
You're off the hot start. I mean, it's.
Oh, so you guys sound pretty confident. Did you guys make a call to Jack to find out what the questions are first?
No, did not. No, we're not. We don't. We're cheaters or scammers. We
Ben slipped me the questions from him, so I got.
So you do have them.
I have a
good, because I hope you still lose knowing what the questions are.
Jimmy, I did all 8 questions, so I don't know what Ben sent you.
Oh
but.
God, I'm host. I'm host again.
Hey, Anheuser-Busch is losing more than $5 billion in value for the Mulvaney Bud Light controversy, and Major League Baseball games, as we just talked about, are getting shorter. Teams are extending the beer sales. We're going to catch up with a sports professor, Rick Horo, next to discuss it all. We're live from the Twin Peaks in Phoenix on Camelback. This is Roc and Manuch with Jimmy B.
This is what's trending on Fox Sports 910 Phoenix.
The Coyote season wraps up tonight against the Canucks. Clayton Keller needs 2 points to break the Coyotes' mark of 86, set by Keith Tkachuk in the 96-97 season. The Diamondbacks get the day off before facing the Marlins on the road in tomorrow's series opener. Madison Bumgarner is the projected starter. The Cardinals are in the middle of their voluntary offseason workouts, and new head coach Jonathan Gannon is already earning respect from players like tight end Zach Ertz and running back James Conner. Arizona basketball forward Azuolas Tubelis is expected to leave the program to remain in the NBA draft.
I'm Frank Garrity on Fox Sports 910, available everywhere on the free iHeartRadio app.
It's the wind down in sparkling water. It's the zone out at the spa. The stunning sunsets at dinner. It's the escape you crave, and it's closer than you think. Talking Stick Resort's summer playcation package, starting at $139 a night with no resort fee for Arizona residents. Exclusive spa specials and $25 in free slot play. Plus, enjoy great deals inside the Talking Stick Entertainment District, including Top Golf, Talking Stick Golf Club, Octane Raceway, and more. Summer playcation, May 8th to September 15th at Talking Stick Resort. Turn it on.
Looking for a change in your career? All City Towing is searching for motivated teammates to join their team. Current openings now available in customer service, tow truck operators, yard management, facilities maintenance, and dispatch. Apply online at allcitytowing.com/careers or call 480-833-7278.
At Lerner & Rowe, we measure our success based on the amount of money we recover for our clients. And we're proud to say that we've collected billions of dollars for them. And no, it didn't take a gazillion years to do it. In the past 5 years alone, Lerner & Rowe has recovered over $1 billion. Millions of dollars recovered every week. We're collecting more money for more people in Arizona than any other law firm. Get the money you deserve. Call Lerner & Rowe today.
Lerner & Rowe is the way to go. Call 977-1900.
Join Roc and Manuch with Jimmy D Thursdays at one of the 5 Valley Twin Peaks locations. The guys broadcast live from 1 to 5 Valley locations. And tune in at 2:45 for Peaks Picks, your chance to win a Twin Peaks man card. It's Guys Live every Thursday at Twin Peaks.
Hey, Arizona, if you're shopping for a new or certified used vehicle, visit any one of your 13 Valley Chevy dealers for the best deals and offers on trucks, crossovers, SUVs, and cars. The Silverado is the #1
Do one of you just say my name?
size light-duty pickup. So check it out during truck season going on now at your Valley Chevy dealers or visit valleychevy.com. Based on S&G Global Mobility 2022 calendar year end, U.S. new vehicle registrations using GM custom retail registration type in the GM half-ton large pickup segments.
I'm Martin Hoke, the inventor of Navage Nasal Care, and I love Navage. I've told you about how your nose is the body's air filter, that Navage's powered suction will help flush out allergens, viruses, mucus, and germs, and that Navage will help you breathe better. But what do other people say about Navage? Like Tara, quote, "My doctor wanted me to do saline rinses for my allergies, but I've never been able to successfully."
What do you guys just call my name a second ago?
Navage uses suction power, so it's foolproof. There are nights when I'll have particularly bothersome allergies.
I was just as surprised when I thought I heard it.
Immediate. It's such a relief. It's become a lifesaver. Unquote.
Oh, no. I heard that. I was
online review.
I was talking about during the break. I thought someone said my name.
Natural solution trusted by over 3 million people to help you breathe better, sleep deeper, snore less, and stay healthier without drugs. Navage is a
contrary to popular belief, Jimmy. I do listen to the show.
Rite Aid and online. Navage, Navage, clean nose, healthy life.
This family takes turns turning heads. Brains, beauty, and athleticism. All they need now is for you to drive them off the lot. The Mercedes-Benz family of SUVs. A family of unrivaled vehicles waiting at your local dealer.
Time to talk about the business side of sports. Leading expert in the business of sports. Author of the new bestseller, The Sport Business Handbook. Host of Power of Sports and architect of over 100 deals worth billions in sports. The sports
guys are hot.
Rick Horrow joins Roc and Manuch on Fox Sports 910.
So Major League Baseball changes have cut game times by more than a half hour, which is great, except for beer sales. So teams are extending the window to buy beer from the 7th inning to the 8th inning. And joining us now to maybe shed some light on getting a cold beer in the 8th inning and how this is impacting some of these teams on concessions and per caps and things like that is the sports professor, Rick Horrow. You can always follow him on Twitter at Rick Horrow, and he joins us down the right Twitter guest sign. A good Thursday to you, Rick.
Thank you. I proposed to a few of our executive friends that we have a 7 a.m. Beer 4 hours where the team from 7 to 11, if you line up in front of the stadium, you can get as many beers as you want, whether they're home or away. What do you think?
We're in. We'll sign that. We'll sign that. Hey, do you have any idea? Yeah. I have not seen any numbers, but have there been any numbers that have been released? What the maybe how much money they are losing because of the half hour? And I'm talking merchandise, not just beer, of course, but concessions overall. Is there any idea of percentage?
No, I was thinking about 20%, and I made that argument nationally last week. So now the local media, not that I pick up stuff a week early, but the local media in each market is starting to get wise to it and is saying, well, there might be an unintended consequence of all of this. Meanwhile, even a game that I just left, I'm in a traffic jam, which is a wonderful thing in Tampa Bay. Just saw the Rays tie the record and win 13. But to think that I'm in a traffic jam leaving a baseball game is an amazing thing. But that, it was 9-3. There was a 6-run inning, I believe it was. But notwithstanding that, the game flew by. And listen, if you don't get to a game on time or relatively early, it's going to change some arrival and transportation habits, because people in big markets like Dodger Stadium, you'll notice over the last few years, the place is empty until the 3rd inning. Well, now, if it's empty, it'll be empty till the 6th inning, so you better get there early.
Yeah, it's kind of an oxymoron, a crowd at a baseball game, Rick. I would say that. But all that being said, the numbers, quicker, faster pace, more eyeballs. Are we starting to see with just 2 weeks in, more eyeballs on the game, more fans showing up with a little bit more juice with the game now?
Definitely more juice. Streaming numbers, according to MLB.com, are up over 40%. It's a big 40%. It's a big deal. Most of the local markets are reporting an uptick as well. I know you guys are playing better, and the viewership should reflect that. Tampa Bay off the charts here. So, listen, the games are about 30 minutes shorter. The base stealing went up from 67% to about 83%.
Right.
The batting average the first week went from about 220 or 2, I believe, about 245. So, we're seeing a lot of stuff that I think at the end of the day is good for the game.
With the shift, which was part of what you about the batting averages, Rick. Or edge of that second base and almost on the grass.
Yeah. Well, that's, the shift thing still, it troubles me a little bit, because I'm of the oldest school where if you want to play 9 infielders, including a catcher,
right.
If they clear the infield, it's probably a triple, but you're not going to get the ball through the infield on a line drive. If you want to play, 6 outfielders, who requires you to play those positions? But I am clearly outvoted, and no matter how I sound about that, it still sounds stupid. So I'm going to back off. I don't care anymore.
Okay. Hey, let me go back quickly to your thought process when you referenced the base stealing. Look, I don't think we're going to see another Ricky Henderson, but do you think that somebody will now capitalize on that, and we might see somebody steal 80, maybe 90 bases? Do you see that at all, or not yet?
Well, I think there's going to be a year shakeout period where people are going to try to figure out how to train better on the new rules, the bigger bases, how to deal with the 20-second pitch clock in the context of holding runners on, and there may be a year shakeout. I think there's going to be some records broken, but not right now. And let's remember this: for every Ricky Henderson, who was the Hall of Famer on base stealing alone, there was a Herb Washington.
Yes.
Remember Herb Washington?
I remember him.
You guys remember?
Sure do.
Yep.
Oakland A's.
Yeah, right. Oakland A's. I don't know if he batted. Did he ever bat?
No.
He was signed by Charlie Finley. No. And he got cut after he got picked off. His one job was to hold first base. They got picked off. So look, and they cut him. And I'm waiting for the next iteration of the bases, because if they keep getting bigger, remember that game Twister where you
Oh,
put
yeah.
one foot in front of the other. You might just have to, you be able to stand on first base and second base at the same time.
He's Rick Coro, the sports professor. Follow him on Twitter.
That was good.
At Rick Coro. All right, Rick, the NFL Sunday Ticket moves from DirecTV to YouTube next season. The pricing has been announced, and spoiler, it's still a lot. How is this going to affect DirecTV? You think, it seems like so many people have DirecTV only because of the ticket.
Yeah, and I think there's going to be a shakeout as well. DirecTV's got to find some other way to survive. They don't have to pay that $1 billion of rights fees, but they would have done that any time to get what they got to build that franchise. And I heard some people complaining about the price of YouTube. It's going to be about comparable over time. It's just that the dollars that are paid are now upfront dollars, so it might be more significant. But I think DirecTV has got to figure out how to survive, and the pressure's on them because there will be a lot of migration away from them in September.
Hey, we're seeing a new trend in college sports with media and entertainment executives getting hired as commissioners. The past, I think you may agree, Rick, it's been a lot of ADs or a lot of individuals with big educational backgrounds. But, yesterday, the Big Ten announces theirs. Pac-12 got theirs a couple years ago, of course, with your mark with the Big 12. Is this going to be the way it is now? It's going to be the sports and entertainment type folks that are going to be running college sports?
All right, so here's your we're going to play that question back. It's going to haunt you for a few months because I guess you distinguish the two categories as being the media executives and the guys with the academic brand. I know you use academic. Patini went to Harvard Law School. He was a Harvard Law School guy with me. So listen, Tony's got a great resume. He's got a academic resume. He's got an experienced resume. I understand that some people are saying, why do you hire a guy with a TV resume? We just did a huge long-term TV contract, but he wasn't hired for
2 minutes.
the television piece. He was hired because of his worldly perspective. And also, listen, anybody who goes to Harvard Law School has got to be smarter than the average human being anyway, right?
Because they couldn't get into Penn, right? They couldn't get into Penn or Princeton?
Wow, Penn or Princeton. There you go. Good. Touche. Touche for the home team. Very well done. I hope you're proud of yourself. Congratulations.
Struck a nerve, Rock.
Hey, last one, Rick. The Masters, the final round did around $12 million, up 19% from last year. It peaked at 15 with Rahm and Phil and Koepka and all that going at it at the end. Your overall take of the PGA Tour's John Rahm versus the Live Golf's Brooks Koepka, is that narrative going to continue, or think he may just die out here soon?
The narrative will continue as long as the media tries to pry it out of people.
Yeah.
But I don't think the players are going to fight because I don't think they're interested in talking about that stuff. There may be a couple, and it'll be stoked that way. But, the Masters Augusta National has a funny way of kumbaya-ing everybody together. Everybody starts hugging each other on the grounds. You don't want to get into a cage fight on the Tuesday night dinner. And I think what that did was to say the majors are the one place where everybody can come together and see what really happens. And it may give the Live Tour a little bit more life because people look for the majors as the time where they come together. You don't know. You don't know how it's going to shake out. And Phil ran out of holes. Phil actually almost became lovable. If there were maybe 3 or 4 more days of that tournament, people would start liking him again.
Almost.
Not everybody.
Almost.
Rick, thank you, buddy, as always. Safe travels out there, and, make sure there's people around you. You got, your hand on 10 and 2. Be careful, all right?
Yeah, no, I understand. And I was thinking about it, the most important academic institutions in the world: Harvard, Yale, Princeton, Penn, Kansas State.
No. And Ohio University Sports Ad Program.
It was nowhere in the top 5. Rock.
And Eastern Washington.
Was nowhere in the top 5.
I think here, one more. I know he's got more time than we do, but real quick, Rick, if I was going to ask you, give me your top 3 sports management, because we're talking sports here, management programs in the country, in the world, what would those be? Those 3.
All right. Well, here you go, because we're gonna do a little homer in case one of our buddies is listening. I would say one is Ohio. I totally agree. Taylor, etc. Another one is UMass because of how it was founded, and a third one is ASU because my law school buddy may be listening, although he's too cheap to get Sirius, and he has to put quarters in his radio. But Ray Anderson kind of started all that stuff too. So I'm going to be a homer on that stuff.
All right, good answer. Good answer. Checks are clear.
Yeah, they're known for something, I guess, Rick.
Thank you, Rick. Appreciate it, buddy. Have a great week.
All right, man.
That's
All right,
Rick,
later.
That's
Later.
Rick Hoyle, the sports professor. You can follow him at Rick Horo. By the way, the ASU sports program was started by a former Ohio University guy. So very important to know. Hey, baseball players are hitting 50 more home runs per year thanks to global warming. Say it ain't so. That's next. Roc and Manuch, Jimmy B.
With inflation compensation, you can win $1,000. Listen at the top of the hour weekdays from 6 a.m. to 6 p.m. for the keyword to enter at foxsports910.com. Sponsored by Lerner and Rowe Injury Attorneys.
Hey, Arizona, it's your local accident attorney, Kevin Rowe. Results matter, so we want to help you win $1,000. Powered by Lerner and Rowe Accident Attorneys, where we treat you like family. In a wreck, need a check? Call Lerner and Rowe today at 977-1900.
Tune in Mondays from 1 to 4 as Roc and Manuch with Jimmy B broadcasts live from the CAZ Sportsbook in Casino, Arizona. The Sportsbook at the CAZ Sports Bar in Casino, Arizona is sports fans' paradise. That's the guys live every Monday from CAZ Sportsbook in Casino, Arizona.
It's Dom with Venezia's Pizzeria. We love providing great food for family gatherings, parties, even work meetings. And we make it simple.
We sure do, no matter what the occasion. At Venezia's, we make catering easy. You can see our entire catering menu online at venezias.com. Or let us know how we can help at one of our 6 locations, including the newest, now open in Chandler.
We'd love to bring Venezia's to your next party. Venezia's Pizzeria, a family tradition.
Truck season is going on now at your Valley Chevy dealers. Great offers going on now on trucks, SUVs, crossovers, and cars. See your Valley Chevy dealers for great deals happening right now during truck season, or visit valleychevy.com. That's valleychevy.com.
Golfers, tee it up at Vans Golf Shops and go farther and faster with the new G430 woods and irons from Ping. The Ping G430 woods introduce the next generation of speed with new face technology for longer and more accurate shots. The new Ping G430 irons are designed with pure flex technology for faster ball speed and more distance. Swing into Vans Golf Shops and get custom fit today. Vans Golf Shops, unmatched expertise, unmatched service.
It's time to dig in. It's spring. And that means it's time for Spring Black Friday at the Home Depot, where we have everything you need to get your garden, patio, or indoor space into shape. From annuals to veggies to houseplants. Save on 6-pack annuals now on special buy for 5 for $10. April 13th to the 17th. Do your spring at the Home Depot. How doers get more done. Product varies by store.
The roar of our engines, the pump of our heartbeats, the pedal to our metal, the sparks that ignite us, the pistons that push us, the passions that drive us. From the feelings that move us to the places that pull us on the roads that unite us. With nearly 6,000 stores and over 17,000 auto care centers, Napa has America's largest network of parts and care, here to keep you firing on all cylinders.
The Drive with Jody Ayler, now in mornings. Tomorrow from 6 to 10 on Fox Sports 910. It's a Twin Peaks Thursday. Back to Roc and Manuch with Jimmy B. Broadcasting live from one of the 5 Valley Twin Peaks on Fox Sports 910 and the
You guys are hot.
We're going to talk some puck in about 30 minutes. Coach Pete, as the season for the Yotes ends tonight with Vancouver. We may have to put an asterisk next to Aaron Judge's 2022, I should say, record for the 62 home runs.
Why is that?
Yeah. Because he hit all those dingers under the influence of a PED.
Oh?
Yep.
Interesting. Really?
Yeah. And by that, I mean a performance-enhancing disaster. Dartmouth College says that climate change is responsible for approximately 50 more home runs per season.
Really?
Let me tell you how or why. When air heats up, the molecules move faster and away from each other, making the air less dense. That means less resistance, allowing the ball to go farther. Supposedly, there's a 1% increase in the likelihood of a home run with every degree the air warms.
Interesting. Now, they've been saying it over at the former Bob, now Chase Field, that the air is like up in Denver. That's why they created the humidor.
For the balls.
For the ball from that. So that's why Schilling always wanted the roof closed.
Sure.
Because he didn't want the air, the heat, and all the effect of the balls flying out. And then in Denver, the thin air, ball jumps out of there as well, too. So there might be some merits to that there, Rock, with that study, with the balls flying out left and right. But you think of some of the humid places, like New York City in the summertime, it's humid, it's hot, the air's more dense. So I think of like the St. Louis, McGuire's home runs. And so a lot of those guys have had the major home runs. You think of Hank Aaron, played in Atlanta for so many years.
Exactly.
Hot, muggy. So I think sometimes it's just the strength of the guy hitting the ball and knocking it out.
Speaking of balls.
Pelotas.
The golf ball that Tiger Woods gave to a 9-year-old during the 97 Masters has sold for over $64,000.
Wow.
Now, he handed the ball to this young boy, Julian Nexon, during the final round after he made a bogey on the 5th hole. The ball was put up for auction in late March. Starting bid was $500, and it fetched over $64,000 when the auction closed on Sunday.
He's about mid-30s by now. He's going like, I need to get some
cash. A little cash.
Yeah, I'm gonna sell this bad boy. Sign it. I can imagine all the gloves he signs. 10, 15 years from now.
Oh yeah,
folks will be putting that on eBay or wherever.
Some additional random facts, which are brought to you by the Valley Chevy dealers. The first, the fist pump. Do we know? And I'm going to lean on Jimmy on this one, not you, Manuch. You sit this one out.
All right.
Because I think Jimmy's going to possibly at least give us a good answer or give us some content for Friday.
Okay.
The fist pump.
Okay.
Was first popularized by who? And your hints are a very high-energy NBA player from the 70s. He played for a team that I think you covered, that being the Baltimore Bullets, also the Sixers and Bucks. Who was that guy?
High-energy guy.
Played for the Baltimore Bullets.
All right, it's not Wes.
Sixers
it's not Wes Unseld.
Milwaukee. Nope.
So, because
1970s.
Wes later in life was my color commentator on a lot of the NBA games.
God rest his soul.
God rest his soul. Yes. So the fist pump, and he played for the Bullets.
The fist pump or pound.
Okay.
High energy guy, Jimmy.
All right. Elvin Hayes.
Nope.
Man,
I can give you a
bailiwick.
Do you know who it is, Manuch?
No, I'm just his wheelhouse right here.
What kind of hint can I give?
Because I think of the teams he played for.
Yeah, I know. That's what
76ers.
He had 2 nicknames.
Give me one nickname.
Doggy. His second one was Mad Dog.
3 minutes.
Then we strike a
the
bell.
guard, small forward.
No.
Earl the Pearl Monroe, was it?
No, he was with the Knicks then. I'm going.
Played college at Mount St. Mary's.
See, look at Rock.
Disappointed.
I am lost.
I'm trying to help him.
I know you are.
Fred Carter.
Oh, I never would have gotten Fred Carter.
Yeah.
I'm going through all of the guards.
Throwback Thursday. Throwback Thursday.
Not Fred Carter.
Was he an high energy guy? I remember as like this high energy guy.
See, I was lost on that one. Yeah, I mean, I thought that it would have been a high profile name.
Was it? Because I was thinking maybe Kevin Lawfrey. Was it Kevin Lawfrey?
Kevin Lawfrey was there as well.
I got a double shot here on Throwback Thursday.
Go ahead.
When NBC wanted Al Michaels to be their play-by-play announcer for Sunday Night Football, he was under contract with ABC.
Right.
ABC, owned by Disney, then agreed to let him go.
2 minutes.
If NBC would give them the rights to blank.
Ooh, wow. Oh, my goodness.
I did not know this until I saw this morning. I'm like, I should make a bet with these guys. They're not going to get this.
So who'd give them the right?
602-260-9191. No, I'm just kidding.
Okay,
my
so
gosh.
so the ABC let Al go, and NBC had to give them the rights to
ABC, owned by Disney, they agreed to let him go if NBC would give them the rights to blank.
wasn't college basketball.
Think of Disney.
Disney, yes.
Had nothing to do with a player.
Oh,
Had nothing to do with anything like that at all. No money either.
Mickey Mouse Club.
Close.
Wow.
You are so close.
Oh,
you're in the
You were
ballpark.
almost lucky with that answer. Almost lucky with that answer.
Cinderella.
Almost lucky
Keyword there's
with
lucky.
that answer.
1 minute.
Mickey Mouse.
No. An early character on the Walt Disney, part of Walt Disney.
Daffy Duck.
Oswald the Lucky Rabbit.
Oh,
Never got that one.
I wouldn't have gotten Oswald.
Never would have gotten that one.
No.
Oswald the Lucky Rabbit.
Isn't that something when you
forget
hear
about-
something like that? Like,
God,
did
that's
that stuff really
amazing.
go on? You
Yeah.
know? Hey, the random facts today brought to you by the Valley Chevy Dealers. When you are shopping for a new or certified used vehicle, you need to go visit Valley Chevy Dealers today. There are 13 dealers
30.
in the Valley. To find one near you, just head to valleychevy.com. Coming up, hour number 2, we'll catch up with former Coyote assistant coach Steve Peters, give you a chance to win a Twin Peaks man card and much, much more. We're also going to get into something I think may drive some people nuts. Would you watch ASU football
10.
on Sunday? Yes. Sunday college football could be coming to a TV near you. Roc and Manuch and Jimmy B.
The people of Arizona have voted, and the results are official. Lerner & Rowe has won again, being voted best personal injury law firm 8 years in a row. We'd like to thank everyone who voted, making Lerner & Rowe the people's choice for personal injury. What makes us so popular? We've helped over 150,000 injured people recover billions of dollars for their injuries, and over $1 billion in the last 5 years alone. We're recovering more money for more people than any other law firm in Arizona. Call us today.
Lerner and Rowe is the way to go. Call 977-1900.
Hey, Arizona, if you're shopping for a new or certified used vehicle, visit any one of your 13 Valley Chevy dealers for the best deals and offers on trucks, crossovers, SUVs, and cars. The Silverado is the #1 best-selling full-size light-duty pickup. So check it out during truck season going on now at your Valley Chevy dealers or visit valleychevy.com. Based on S&G Global Mobility 2022 calendar year end, U.S. new vehicle registrations using GM custom retail registration type in the GM half-ton large pickup segments.
Hear new music first on your free iHeartRadio app.
Hey y'all, this is Måneskin.
Hey, what's up? This is Fall Out Boy.
What's up? This is Mark Hoppus from Blink-182. It's iHeartRadio. Playing now on your completely free iHeartRadio app, where the biggest stars in the world connect with you.
I'm Byron Brown, the anti-lawyer lawyer. When it comes to your personal injury case, I'm straight to the point. I'll answer your call. No BS.
Byron Brown, the anti-liar lawyer. Call 1-800-ANTI-LIAR.
I'm Martin Hoke, the inventor of Navage Nasal Care, and I love Navage. I've told you about how your nose is the body's air filter, that Navage's powered suction will help flush out allergens, viruses, mucus, and germs, and that Navage will help you breathe better. But what do other people say about Navage? Like Tara, quote, "My doctor wanted me to do saline rinses for my allergies, but I've never been able to successfully use a neti pot. Navage uses suction power, so it's foolproof. There are nights when I'll have particularly bothersome allergies. I'll bust it out, and the results are immediate. It's such a relief. It's become a lifesaver." Unquote. She's one of over 100,000 online reviews praising Navage, the all-natural solution trusted by over 3 million people to help you breathe better, sleep deeper, snore less, and stay healthier without drugs. Navage is available at Walmart, CVS, Walgreens, Target, Rite Aid, and online. Navage, Navage, clean nose, healthy life.
In this week's Marketers Report, Chris Brandt, Chief Marketing Officer at Chipotle Mexican Grill, weighs in on the power of audio.
We've used audio to reinforce what we're showing on TV, what we're showing in other digital channels. When your priority is driving reach, boy, everybody seems to listen to the radio.
As the #1 audio company, iHeartMedia gives marketers access to the audiences, conversations, trusted influencers, insights, and data you need to grow. If you're a marketer, go to iHeartResults.com.
Broadcasting from the Superbook.com studio. Superbook Sports, now live. This is KGME Phoenix, KESC HD2 Phoenix. Listen on the free iHeartRadio app for all your music, radio, and podcasts.
U of A men's basketball forward Azulis Tabelis is expected to leave the program and remain in the NBA. The Coyote season wraps up tonight as they take on the Canucks. Clayton Keller needs 2 points to break the Coyotes' mark of 86, set by Keith Tkachuk in the 96-97 season. The Diamondbacks are off today. They'll take on the Marlins in Miami in tomorrow's season opener. Madison Bumgarner, the projected starter. Cardinals are in the middle of their voluntary offseason workouts. New coach Jonathan Gannon is earning respect from players like tight end Zach Ertz and running back James Conner. I'm Frank Garrity on Fox Sports 910, available everywhere on the free iHeartRadio app.
Now your chance to win $1,000. Just enter the nationwide keyword HAPPY at foxsports910.com. That's HAPPY at foxsports910.com.
This is the Parker & Sons Weather Center. For all your AC, plumbing, and electric needs, call Parker.
Much cooler temperatures as we head towards the end of the week. Today only getting up to about 81 degrees, a few little high clouds out there, and some breezier conditions later on this afternoon. For tonight, mostly clear, with those temperatures dipping down into those mid to upper 50s. For the Fox 10 weather experts, I'm Ty Brennan.
This report is sponsored by America First Credit Union. Since 1939, America First Credit Union has helped the people and businesses they serve pursue their financial dreams, and they've always strived to put their members and employees first. So join them today at AmericaFirst.com and let them put you first.
Time for the top local and national stories of the hour. Powered by the Sportsbook at CAC Sports Bar in Casino, Arizona. Bet big on your favorite teams and players in an environment that's as exciting as the game you're watching. There's no better place in the Valley to get in on the action. The Sportsbook at CAC Sports Bar.
You guys are hot.
Guys, what's your top story this hour?
Probably say pleasantly surprised with this. So this team is an 8-5 start and currently leading the National League West in first place. We'll see how long it lasts.
Well, yeah, that's the
going
key.
on the road for a 7-8 game road trip.
Right.
Got to take on the Marlins. Got to take on the Cardinals. You get on the road. Going to play some fairly solid teams and see how they do on the road. Mad Bum's on the bump tomorrow night. See if he can get things straightened out. But I think the key here is this year is at least having a bullpen that can hold the lead or put out the fire and allow your hitters, your stolen bases, and small ball, if you will, to have a chance to come back on some of these teams.
It's one of those things where I just kind of shake my head because I didn't expect this. I thought that they were going to be in trouble when they opened up on the road at the Dodgers and at the Padres. And to use your terminology, they did hold serve. And now with a winning record and heading out on the road, and they have the best record in the West. So from that standpoint, pleasantly surprised. Shocking, I think, is maybe too strong a term. Pleasantly surprised is about right.
And here's one thing, guys, is their pitching, talk about hold and serve until your batters to your hitters have started to come on. And I think what's helped that initially was the stolen bases, the small ball, moving guys over. And now when you see, Gurriel was 3 for 5 yesterday with 3 RBIs, finally got his first home run. Christian Walker really hasn't really caught fire. He's got 1 home run, only hitting $178. But I think Corbin Carroll, the rook, here he is hitting 255. He's got 3 dingers already. Nice fast. He puts the ball in play. And, Perdomo predominantly at shortstop has proven very well. Nick Ahmed seems to be that utility guy now. He's completely healthy. So I think was some of the things you're seeing. Rojas on a consistent basis. Those first 7 games, that you saw the 4 and then the 6, going from L.A. to San Diego and then coming home, taking on the Brew Crew. Okay,
and the
you
Dodgers.
See it.
And the Dodgers.
And here's the thing. The one thing I like what I see is they're not leaving runners in scoring position.
Okay.
That was a knock last year.
Yes, they left a lot of runners on base.
And I think it was the first Dodger game. They left 8 runners. They were 0 for 8 with the runners in scoring position. And Torey Lovullo came out and mentioned it in his presser. So I'm sure he probably mentioned it in that clubhouse that we got to move guys on. And that since then they've been in 3 for 9, 4 for 8. They've been, I call them the clutch runs or clutch hits. They've been doing a lot better in reference to getting those runners across and not leaving them stranded. How many runners did we see stranded last year? A ton.
Oh, absolutely.
They talk about clutch RBIs and clutch runs and clutch hits. Well, they were at the bottom of the National League at the end of the season.
The Coyotes play their final game of the NHL regular season tonight. Rock is highly disappointed because they didn't tank the way that he hoped that they would.
They're like 6th right now.
I know they are.
I mean, right now it's a 7.5% of getting the first pick.
Right. Yeah.
And we'll talk to Coach Pete about that too. But yeah. They didn't. I mean, they finished strong.
Yeah.
I mean, they were losing a bunch of games.
They lost 8 in a row, 9 in a row, and tonight the last game over at the Mullet against Vancouver. As you mentioned, we'll catch up with former assistant coach Steve Peters here at the bottom of the hour and get his thoughts. Where does this team go from here? My contention is this. Okay. If you're going to be 6th, 7th pick, wherever you end up, I get it. You got more guys to develop. Will they make any offseason moves, i.e. trades or free agency, to bump this competition a little bit more instead of staying in neutral or in the doldrums and having another bad year? Folks don't want to see that. They want to see some impressiveness about this team. But out of all the scenarios they've been through, the shining star, Clayton Keller, would need just 2 more points to break the record in tonight's game. You hope to see that. That kid broke his leg last year.
Yeah, I would love to see that.
It'd be something positive.
Really, and he is really come on. He has turned into a must-see TV.
And to do it with a bad team.
Yeah,
exactly. I think that's what I'm impressed about.
Yeah, even better. So, unfortunately, we have not heard anything more out about the upcoming May vote, which is going to take place on the business district in Tempe and also where the new arena would be built. Manuch, is that a good thing or a bad thing?
Well, they're going to still vote. That's
Okay.
again, they're still going to vote, guys. I mean, the bonds, everything's set. And the $2.3 billion suit that the Yotes development arm has filed against the city of Phoenix, that is there. And here's the thing with that, guys. If the city were to lose that lawsuit, that $2.3 billion is debt acquired by the city of Phoenix. And when constituents and people start to find out that, hey, look, we lost this suit to the Coyotes 3 years ago, if we got a new bond that's going to be put out there for new development, well, guess who's going to pay for that? The city of Phoenix constituents are going to pay for that. And quite frankly, a lot of it, the feeling from the folks in Tempe and the Tempe City Council was, I think, Rock, you might have mentioned this last week, and Rick Coral, that they just really would like to see the Yotes down there just south of the Footprint Center with all that land.
Oh, sure.
Their competitive shot.
Yep.
But all the attorneys and a lot of the folks that are involved with this kind of legal dispute, real estate dispute, airport dispute, is their shot whatsoever, because all of the parameters and legalities of the height and noise are in place by the city of Tempe, have been.
They're set.
They're set. Now, if it was some of this residential or hotels going to go another 50 to 100 feet higher than where they're at, then they could see, but they're not. It's all status quo. It's all in realm with those office buildings. You see State Farm along the riverfront there.
That's it. Yep.
They're all there. They never had any issues with that whatsoever.
That's right.
So I really think old saying of something up a rope by the city of Phoenix. There's nothing here, and this should be resolved once it gets in front of the judge, based on everything and precedents always has been set in the city of Phoenix to pretty much put out there is just a bully tactic to try to get the Yotes to come into Phoenix to get that competitive dollar.
You really think they really want them because they think they're going to lose the Diamondbacks? Because the Diamondbacks should leave out of Phoenix and go to Salt River.
I will say that is the contention when you talk to several people that this is their shot, and I think that's a great point right there, Rock, that if the Yotes leave and they got that stadium there, and let's say the Diamondbacks take off, they leave 3-4 years, you can implode that. You can build a new facility either south of there or convert that or whatever, but that seems to be the feeling because there's really nothing here. There's no merit to what this lawsuit is by the city of Phoenix for the noise and the what we call the vibration,
right,
and all that from the hotel or the residential. There's no merit whatsoever, at least the opinion from the city of Tempe.
In your estimation, then, would you prefer that they refurbish
3 minutes.
Chase Field or build a smaller, newer facility in Mesa?
Who's paying for it?
Well, that was going to be
That's a
my
good
next.
point,
That
Rock.
was going to be my next question.
Because I think as fans, we want the shiny new car every day, right?
Right.
But if it's gonna cost taxpayers, then no. That's why the Coyotes deal seems like it's a good move because it doesn't cost anything.
It's a great move, and I'm so glad to see the Coyotes that are out there and a lot of the information there on TV, posts, Facebook, Twitter, whatever, to put out there and dispel any idea that taxpayers are putting any money into this whatsoever. They're not. The Yotes development arm is putting close to $500 million into this. You got the city of Tempe giving abatements. This is all not going to cost anybody anything from the city of Tempe, ASU students, whatever. And I thought that Javier Gutierrez did a good job on Sunday night on Richard Sein's show on Sunday night to dispel that. And they had a question from looked like a student who's got misinformation, for him to squelch that, say wrong information, this is the reality, and all of their information is out there to dispel any of that. What about this? What about us? It's out there. It's not. But the vote, Jimmy, to your point, is still going to take place no matter what.
Okay.
Yeah. And the footprint, site plan, not going to change whatsoever.
Okay.
And I believe Gary Bettman's going to be coming into town, and there's a big debate that the Arizona Republic, I believe, is hosting a big forum.
Yes,
that's all next week, I believe, on Tuesday. If I'm right on that. That'll have Gutierrez there, and it'll have former mayor from Tempe there, Hallman.
Hallman.
Yeah.
I think any of the support, and the good thing is we talked about this probably 2 months ago, that a month and a half before to really be very active, proactive, to make sure that all those voters in Tempe understand it. If they do have any questions, write in. I come to the debate, whatever you need, town hall, whatever it has to be, to make sure you feel comfortable with the vote.
It's a small percentage, right? There's like 1 or 2%, right? That are
exactly.
really the ones that are going to show up to this anyway. I think one of the biggest challenges they have, and if they could do it over, maybe they could, and I don't think they could, is the problem is with the laws that have been in place, having 3 different props, even though they all have to do it the same venue. Proposition 301, 302, 303. If you're sitting back and maybe you're not as savvy in this world, you're like, I ain't voting for all that. It can't be good.
Well, it all ties.
You think about the Cardinals Stadium, that was Proposition 305, whatever it was. Remember?
It was 3 props.
But it was promoted as one big one.
Sure.
Right? I mean, it's always been one big one.
Yeah, that proposition basically was with the stadium, and then it was going to help Avondale, it was going to help Peoria. The monies or profits coming in from there, like for Avondale, it was going to go ahead and pay for, they were growing so fast, it was going to pay for brand new ball fields, soccer, football, lights, all the above. And I remember this because Mayor Rob Drake, was the mayor of Avondale at the time. He was talking about how they went to the Arizona Cardinals before the stadium was built, or as it was getting built, and they looked for a credit or money up front to start, because they were exploding in Avondale. This is the early 2000s. So they're exploding. They're looking for money now because Cardinals are going to get the money no matter what.
Sure.
And Michael Bidwell was resistant. He didn't want to give up the money up front now. And matter of fact, he escorted the city manager and Rob Drake out of his office for coming in and asking if we can get the money now because we're exploding. We need ball fields. We need retention centers. We need lights. We need all that kind of stuff. Now, again, remember, it was already voted on. The money's coming in. And he said, no, I'm not going to give it to you right now. So that was some of the contention that you won't see from the city of Tempe with some of these monies moving on to different areas of the city.
We'll catch up with Coach Pete in about 15 minutes. But up next, it's another edition of Quick Draw Manuch. We are joining you live from the Twin Peaks on Camelback, 21st Street and Camelback in Phoenix. One of 5 locations now, as the 5th one getting ready to open next week. We'll be broadcasting next week at this time from the Deer Valley location. Can't wait to see the new Twin Peaks there in North Phoenix, kind of west. When you consider that West Phoenix, the way I look at this town, I could be completely wrong. I've been here 30 years. I look at the 17, that kind of splits it. Anything left west of
17,
17 is considered west side, and anything on the other side
I'd
is
say
east.
northwest Phoenix. Yeah,
Okay.
it's up there. Yeah, it's just pretty much, just west of that 17th, 31st Avenue, basically. That's where it's at. 31st Avenue and about, Deer Valley, that area there. So that's northwest Phoenix.
Okay.
We'll give it to them.
Not west side?
No, not west side. West side
Just like Ahwatukee's Phoenix.
Yeah, the west side be coming down south and going out toward like 55th Avenue, 35th, 55th. Like you can say Glendale Community, Grand Canyon and Glendale Community are west side. Yeah, that'd be the west side.
But that's not 31st Avenue. That's
31st
more,
it's
more east.
Yeah, but it's more north. We're talking northwest.
All right, never mind. I know you were used to being
I know. Commercial
real estate.
You know the town like the back of my hand.
All right. Quick draw, Manuch. Let's see if he can get on the board. Well, I got 6 wins. Manuch's got 3, and Jimmy's got 1. We'll see if I may just sit this one out. Let you guys.
I want you, man.
Really?
Yeah.
Hey, you like a challenge?
Yeah.
All right, that's next. Roc and Manuch, Jimmy B from Twin Peaks.
Hey, sports fans, celebrate every big game with El Bandito Yankee, an ultra-premium tequila made from 100% Blue Weber agave in the highlands of Jalisco. Their certified additive-free Blanco and Reposado features a unique oxygenation process for a rich smoothness without that tequila burn. It's why they won platinum and gold medals and are now listed as one of the world's top tequilas by Rolling Stone. Head over to your local store, favorite bar, or restaurant in all 7 Barrio Cream locations. Go to elbanditoyankee.com and break out the Bandito with the official tequila of Game Day.
Hey, it's Gross. Join me, Bauer, and Jackson every Saturday from 11 to 1 live from the Sportsbook at the CAZ Sports Bar at Casino, Arizona for Take the Points. Powered by the Sportsbook at CAZ Sports Bar.
Arizona's headquarters for Toyotas is Wright Toyota. Hey, Rock, for my friends at Wright Toyota in Scottsdale. You will always find the right deal at Wright Toyota. Wright Toyota has been driving Arizona's home for years with their amazing service, pricing, and great selections. I encourage you to discover the difference at Wright Toyota. Make the right choice, Wright Toyota, just off the 101 on Frank Lloyd Wright Boulevard, and always online at WrightToyota.com. The right price, the right selection. Check out WrightToyota.com.
Whether it's beer and wings with the guys or a steak or ribs with that special someone, Tavern Grill Scottsdale is the place to be. Tavern Grill is now the home of Huss Brewing Company's Roc and Manuch Lager. Tavern Grill Scottsdale at 8880 East Via Linda.
Golfers, teed up at Van's Golf Shops for the hottest new arrivals from TaylorMade, featuring the Stealth 2 Woods and Irons. The new Stealth 2 Woods combines speed and forgiveness to unlock forgiveness, and the new Stealth HD Irons deliver high launch with draw bias to give you the confidence to expect better shots more often. Swing into Van's Golf Shops and get custom fit today. Van's Golf Shops. Unmatched expertise, unmatched service. Don't wait until it's too late. Get PlumSmart out to your house to do a free AC tune-up worth $159 with no trip fee. Just dial pound 250 and say keyword PlumSmart to book your appointment now. Every free AC tune-up from PlumSmart is a thorough 10-step process to ensure your AC unit is working properly in the summer heat. Just dial the pound sign, then 250, and when prompted for the next keyword, say PlumSmart. Or go to itsjustplumsmart.com because plumbers and AC guys charge too much.
The double steak grilled cheese burrito is back at Taco Bell. And in case you didn't know, it's stacked. Yeah, packed inside it is a double serving of premium grilled marinated steak and a melty 3-cheese layer. Then on top of that, it has a layer of grilled bubbly cheese on the outside. Yeah, the outside. Why? Probably because it refuses to be caged in by the confines of its tortilla walls. Or maybe just to add more cheesy flavor.
Double steak grilled cheese burrito. Get one today, only at Taco Bell. At participating U.S. Taco Bell locations for a limited time only while supplies last. Double steak claim is compared to steak quesadilla. Contact store for hours of participation which vary.
More sports, more Jody. The Drive with Jody Ayler. Now in mornings 6 to 10 on Fox Sports 910. It's a Twin Peaks Thursday. Back to Roc and Manuch with Jimmy.
Guys are hot.
Broadcasting live from one of the 5 Valley Twin Peaks on Fox Sports 910 and the iHeartRadio app.
All right, let's get to it. It's called Quick Draw Manuch. And we need to properly get it started with our, what we call in the business, our rejoin.
Let's get it. Look, Quick Draw Manuch.
E-I-O, galloping all the way, great big star on his chest. Out from all the rest, fastest goat in the West. E-I-O, riding around the way, here comes Quick Draw Manuch. The high-balloon-ness, at the shooting ness, how long you ever saw. That's Quick Draw Manuch.
I gotta love that.
All right. The way this works is Ben and Jax team up together, and they give us 7 questions. And we have to answer their question with the letter they give to us. And we are basically, you score points by the creativity of your answer, or how relevant your answer is, I should probably say, and the speed. Very important. Quick Draw Manuch. It's speed. It's relevancy.
Relevancy?
Relevancy. Yes. Jimmy. Relevancy.
Yes, relevancy.
So, Jax has got us 7 questions, and we are told that today's contest is going to be a little difficult, but I think it's fair right now through 11 weeks. 10 weeks, I should say.
6-3-1.
How's
K-State math.
How's everybody doing?
Yeah.
Should we give Rock a handicap? Maybe like -1, -2 for you guys?
Yeah, that's a good call. I'm off. I'm giving you points. I'm giving you points.
We'll take them.
Hey, coming for Jax, take the points. You guys should take the points. Saturdays at 11 here on Fox Sports 9.
Very creative.
The overall records, Rock with 6, Manuch with 3, and Jimmy with 1. And I must add before Rock adds instead, Rock did start later. So I got to mention that as we move on to the questions.
And I have 2 of those that won 6 straight.
Yeah, and I had won 3 in a row until Rock joined the show.
No, you've won once.
No, before you were on, I had won 3 in a row.
That was like syllabus week. Right?
Whoa.
It was just, it didn't count.
Oh, it didn't.
It was exhibition season.
So
Jax,
when I'm winning,
preseason.
it doesn't count.
Can we-
preseason?
Can we move on with people want to hear, Quick Draw Manuch? Can we move on?
No, give Jimmy the record again. He said 3 in a row. I'm trying. What kind of math he's getting? What's the record right now?
He's got 1.
He was counting preseason.
So today's Quick Draw Manuch is strictly basketball as the NBA playoffs start on Saturday.
Wow.
So the first one, name a retired NBA player who played in the Western Conference, whose first or last name starts with the letter P.
Manuch. Paul Westphal.
That was good.
Okay.
That was really good.
Western Conference.
Retired, huh?
Retired starts with the letter P. First or last name.
I'm out. You can have it, Manuch.
Thank you.
Jimmy B.
Jimmy.
Paul Kessley.
Who?
Paul Kessley.
It was
Paul Molesky.
McKeskey.
Paul McKeskey.
Jax. Yeah, okay.
Manuch with 1 point.
Paul McKeskey.
Yeah,
You right.
You said Bolesky.
Yeah, you know who
the
it was.
name right. KU grad. Paul Molesky.
He's a KU
I'm also
grad?
fact checking over here, and he was never an all-star.
Yeah.
Jimmy.
Oh, you said All-Star.
No, I said player.
No, he said player.
Oh, okay.
No,
good.
no,
I didn't hear All-Star because
No, he was
The big Mo McKeskey.
McKeskey.
Question number 2. Name a past Suns player whose last name starts with the letter H.
Rock.
Jeff Hornacek.
Good. Very good.
I almost said
That's
John.
very
Darn it. I know his brother works at the Hornacek's golf shop.
Man.
I go there all the time.
That's pretty good. I can't touch that one. Jimmy?
I'm
my God,
passing.
there's some obvious ones here.
I'm passing.
You got Penny Hardaway. You've got Grant Hill. You've got Robert Horry, Eddie House.
If you forget the Robert
Chris
Horry,
Humphreys.
All right.
That's pretty good.
Yeah, but none of those guys. Yeah, see, I was looking for like a star player.
Like Jeff Hornacek?
Like Hornacek.
Question number 3.
He's hanging in the rafters in Salt Lake City for the Utah Jazz.
Yeah.
His jersey's been retired.
All right, Jimmy.
Cut it.
Yes, very much so.
Number 3. Name a word to describe the atmosphere coming up on Sunday's playoff game between the Suns and the Clippers, that begins with the letter N.
Jimmy B.
Jimmy B.
Nervous.
Rock.
Noisy.
Manuch. Nauseating.
And this is where I turn it on to Ben to judge this one.
I mean, they're all so bad. I would go. I mean, wow.
It's got
Rock. I would go Rock.
No,
I mean, it is noisy.
it's
in there,
always
so I would
noisy
go
at
with
a
Rock.
game.
No, it's not.
Yes, it is.
Suns games used to be all suits. People were sitting on their hands.
Be, not anymore.
3 minutes.
Nervous.
Unless you're at the madhouse.
All right, we got 3 minutes, boys. Let's go.
All right, hurry up.
Name a basketball term that starts with the letter P.
Manuch. Passing.
Oh, that's hard to beat.
There's one I'm looking for. I could trumpet.
Could trumpet?
I could trumpet. I'm looking
You
for
mean
it.
like no trumpet. Okay. It starts with a letter P.
P.
Okay.
I could give you another one if you want me to.
Yeah, go ahead.
Manuch. Personal foul.
Yeah, that's fine. I would have said
good.
passing. That's hard to beat that one.
Pick and roll, pivot foot. I was looking for those
passing
two.
would be better.
Positionless basketball, also another one I was looking for.
All right.
Who is this kid?
All right. Name a gift you would give Manuch that starts with the letter R.
Manuch. A rosary. Because I need all the prayers I can get.
Jimmy B.
Jimmy.
A raincoat. And here is the raincoat I'm talking about, the one you would buy at the drugstore so you don't have any more kids. A raincoat.
Dude, he's 65.
I'm
He's not having kids. I'm sure his wife is not planning on having kids.
Doesn't mean he still can't produce.
I mean, wow. I mean, I don't even. I mean,
I used to tell the boys.
It's hard to top rosary because I could say something pretty dirty too, like you. But you went from rosary to a condom. That is so wrong.
Okay, for good radio, I'm going to give Jimmy B because that one made me laugh. I'm going to give Jimmy B a point. All right, we have 2 more questions.
All right.
Quickly. Name a teammate, past or current teammate of LeBron James, whose last name starts with the letter B. B as in boy.
Wow.
I know these are tough.
B.
Starts
B.
B. All right.
Current or past.
Or past.
There's a big one, you guys.
A huge one.
Teammate.
Rock. Brian Jennings. You played with him at Akron.
Last name.
Oh, shoot.
Last name.
No, B.
Either I made that up anyway.
And it's also Brandon Jennings. His name is Brandon
His high
Jennings.
school teammate.
A hint.
Yeah, Steve Barnes. Yeah.
A hint. They played together on the Miami Heat.
Oh, I was thinking Cleveland.
Oh, man.
Okay.
There's a lot of them.
All right. Well, because you Googled it.
He had a heart problem.
Bosch. Chris Bosch. Jimmy B. Chris Bosch.
Attaboy.
Give Jimmy that.
222. Last one for good radio.
This is it.
In Cleveland.
This is it for the money.
All comes down to this. Name a player who has either played for the Clippers. Sorry. Let me repeat it. Sorry.
Okay.
Name a player who has played for the Clippers in the past that is currently not on the Clippers. Now, this could be someone that's active in the NBA or that's retired, whose last name starts with the letter G.
Oh, man.
Who
Clippers.
played
Who
for
played
the
with the
follows
Clippers.
the Clippers.
Oh, man. There's a big one.
Oh, my gosh. G.
602-260-9191. Yeah, lifeline.
Yeah,
Somebody
lifeline.
call in, give it to me, and say you can give it to whoever you want. You can give it to Rock, Manuch, or JB. Give us the answer.
I need the lifeline.
Former Clipper
Yeah.
can be active or retired.
Is it starts his
God,
first name
the
or
Last name with G.
Rock.
Oh, man. Kurt, you
I
said
can't. I'm
former.
gonna,
Manuch. He's still with him. Paul George.
No.
No,
That's not what I was looking for.
I know. I mean, that's
Oh
all
my
I
gosh,
got.
there's a big one.
Lob
There's
City.
a big one.
I was gonna say George Gervin, but he didn't play there.
No.
He did.
Hint Lob City. Slam dunk.
You jumped over a Kia.
Oh, Griffin. Manuch.
Blake Griffin.
Jimmy B. Blake
Yep.
Griffin, yeah.
It would be Manuch, Blake Griffin, and that gets it. Some other ones. Danilo Gallinari, Shea Gilgeous-Alexander.
That's Danilo.
Sorry,
Gallinari.
Danny Granger.
Break it whenever
Willie
he is ready.
Green, JaMychal Green.
Wow.
It's a tough one. Marcin Gortat. A lot of them.
Marcin Gortat.
Good questions
The
today,
Polish
guys.
Hammer?
Manuch gets the win.
Thank you.
Breaks the 6-game winning streak I had. So it's all right. I just got to, take
Here I
care.
come. Here I come, Rock.
It's all about the rosary. That's why you won. That's why you won.
Thank you, Lord.
And the Yotes season is finally coming to an end as they host the Canucks tonight. I will find out what's next for this team as they continue on an offseason where they'll have a big pick and many picks in the draft as former Coyotes assistant coach Steve Peters will join us next. It's Roc and Manuch with Jimmy B from Twin Peaks in Phoenix.
What's trending on Fox Sports 910 Phoenix?
The Cardinals are in the middle of their voluntary offseason workouts, and new head coach Jonathan Gannon is earning respect from players like tight end Zach Ertz and running back James Conner. Arizona forward Azuolas Tubelis is expected to leave the program to remain in the NBA draft. The Coyote season wraps up tonight.
I didn't even know the questions. Next time I need to join.
Clayton Keller needs 2 points to break the...
I was screaming Blake Griffin.
...by Keith Kachuk in the 96-97 season. The Diamondbacks are...
The Chris Bosh one was bad. That was the first one I went to.
Series opener, Madison Bumgarner.
I literally had to go. He jumped over at Kia.
Frank Garrity on Fox Sports 910, available everywhere on the free iHeartRadio app.
Truck season is going on now at your Valley Chevy dealers. Great offers going on now on trucks.
Did he put a Boozer on the Heat?
Cars. See your Valley Chevy dealers for
it's
happening right now.
Carlos Boozer was on the Cavs?
Or visit valleychevy.com. That's Valley Chevy.
I don't remember that. I just remember
looking for a
Carlos Boozer and Darren Williams on the
just
Jazz.
looking to get back into the employment market again? Look no further. All City Towing is searching for motivated teammates to join their team. Current openings are in the areas of customer service, tow truck operators, yard management, facilities maintenance, and dispatch. If you're looking for a challenging yet rewarding opportunity, a great benefits program including 401k program with a generous company match, and a company that is a leader in the industry, apply online at allcitytowing.com/careers or call All City's HR department at 480-833-7278. All City Towing is Arizona's largest towing transport vehicle storage provider, locally owned and invested within the communities they service. If you enjoy helping others by providing great customer service, working as a team, and possess great communication skills, All City is for you. Apply online at allcitytowing.com/careers or call 480-833-7278. That's allcitytowing.com.
Hey, it's Gross. Join me, Bauer, and Jackson every Saturday from 11 to 1 live from the Sportsbook at the CAZ Sports Bar at Casino, Arizona for Take the Points. Powered by the Sportsbook at CAZ Sports Bar.
No one does happy hour like Twin Peaks. Whatever your preference, we have everything from tequila cocktails and an extensive bourbon category to top shelf spirits and cocktails served over ice balls. Local craft beers and handcrafted whiskey cocktails round out an adventurous drink menu second to none. And don't forget about our 29-degree man-sized drafts. Plus, Roc and Manuch with Jimmy B every Thursday at one of the 5 Valley Twin Peaks locations. Get to your favorite Twin Peaks Lodge today.
You don't need to get personal, like revealing orange juice commercials make you cry, to get the State Farm personal price plan. Just call or go to statefarm.com for a quote. Like a good neighbor, State Farm is there.
Prices vary by state. Options selected by customer. Availability and eligibility may vary.
In this week's Marketers Report, Patrizio Spagnoletto, Global Chief Marketing Officer Direct-to-Consumer for Warner Brothers Discovery, weighs in on building trust.
Trust is a really hard thing to build and a really easy thing to destroy, and we have to be very respectful about that. Our partnership with iHeart has really helped us build that trust and that relationship with the on-air talent.
As the #1 audio company, iHeartMedia gives marketers access to the audiences, trusted influencers, and data you need to grow. If you're a marketer, go to iHeartResults.com.
This family takes turns turning heads. Brains, beauty, and athleticism. All they need now is for you to drive them off the lot. The Mercedes-Benz family of SUVs. A family of unrivaled vehicles waiting at your local dealer.
Time now to go behind the mask and on the ice with former NHL coach and current
Got the Clayton Keller highlight here too.
Coach Steve Peters. Now here's Coach Pete on Fox Sports 910 on FM at 99.9 HD2.
For Keller.
Guys are hot.
Scores! It got through!
Coyotes.
Thank you to Bally's for that highlight. Welcome back, everybody. Roc and Manuch with Jimmy B, Fox Sports 910. The former assistant coach is with us. It is indeed Steve Peters, Roc's neighbor.
Unfortunately.
Yeah. So
God bless him.
We always have to sneak that in, Steve. So, look, I know the last game is tonight, but freaking Clayton Keller has put on a show the entire season.
You know what he's done this year has been amazing. Last year he finished with 28 goals, and for him to break his leg, miss all of training camp, and skate for the very first time before the first game, and then come within 1 point as of tonight of the point total record for the Arizona franchise. It's absolutely amazing what this kid has done.
You know, Steven, and with a bad team on top of it to keep his energy up and his spirits up, because there's many times I know a lot of guys that can go in the doldrums. Not that he would never give that effort, but you got to give him a lot of credit for the kind of team he played for this year.
Well, not only that, you got to look back. The record holder right now is Keith Tkachuk, and that happened in 96, 97. That was a playoff team that year. That was a home ice playoff team that scored a lot of goals. And you're right, this team struggled to create offense the entire season. And for a player like Keller to put up the numbers he's put up on a low-scoring team that is near the bottom of the standings makes it even more impressive for what he's been able to do.
Speaking of standings in the bottom of the standings, Yotes have a 7.5% chance of getting that first overall pick with that draft lottery, which is coming up here in just a couple weeks on May 8th. All right. Percentages have never worked in the favor of the Yotes when it comes to drafts and getting that number one or number two big-time player. But as we get closer to May 8th and then later in late June, whenever the draft is it a good draft year? Because this team has a bunch of picks coming to them.
Yeah, this is tough. And when you look at the assignment for this season for the Coyotes, it was to get last.
Yep.
And they didn't do that. And right now they're sitting at 6th to last. The best they can do is 5th to last and move up to 8.5%. Well, it doesn't make a difference. The problem is the best three players are the best three players. And right now they're sitting at 6th. So you're looking at, even if you move up, gosh, maybe the hockey gods will shine on the Coyotes this season and they'll move up to the 1 or 2 spot. The good news is it's a deep draft and they will get a good player at 5 or 6. And the other good news, by trading Jacob Chikrin, they're also going to get Ottawa's pick, and that could be at 11 or 12. So they should have 2 picks in the top 12 of a very, very good, high-skilled draft. Unfortunately, the best players are those top 3.
Yeah. Is it possible, Coach, that this front office and every single employee and every single player on this roster can go into Mullet Arena on May 8th and maybe get some Mullet magic? I mean, they were 21-15-4 and only won 7 games on the road. So there's something about Mullet that may give them some good luck because they need it.
Well, and it's a double-edged sword there because the Mullet was great for them. They finished in the middle of the pack with home records. I mean, they're better than some playoff teams with their record at home and dead last on their record on the road. If they just could have, hate to say this, but lost a few more games at home, this wouldn't be an issue. The Mullet Magic's real. And that team does play a little better there, but don't kid yourself. There's a lot of opposing millionaires at 21, 22 years old that are staying in a hotel on Mill Avenue. Doesn't hurt that you play that team the next day at the Mullet. A lot of guys had plenty of fun at Old Town and Mill Avenue this season.
So, Coach, you look at the needs. Let's just look at the needs for this team. You talk about the draft. It can include free agency, can include trades, whatever you want to call it, Steve. Where do they go with that? Or they just keep acquiring picks? Will they address needs at all this offseason?
Their need right now is up the middle of the ice. They haven't had a true number 1 center since Jeremy Roenick was here in the late 90s. That's their biggest need, and it has been for over a decade. They hope to acquire that in the draft.
Okay.
Well, if they don't, I wouldn't look for any big free agent signings again this year because the rebuild is still in effect. The kids that they're drafting are good. And they're developing. We saw Logan Cooley at the University of Minnesota. Dylan Gunther is up in junior hockey up in Canada. So the players are coming, but they're not going to spend money to fill out that roster yet. We're still years away. I know, I hate saying it, years away. So I don't expect anything through free agency. It's all going to be through the draft. But they hit some home runs this year when you look at players like Nick Bugstead, who was able to come in and fill a big role for the team up until the trade deadline, and Gostisbehere that they were able to acquire in a trade in the year before. So they will get some veteran players over the summer, but you look for the development of players like Keller, can he do it again? And Matthias Michelli, who is a guy that's got to be talked about for Rookie of the Year out of Arizona. He's first in points per game of all rookies in the league, and he plays here. So hopefully players like Matthias Michelli and some of these young players help this team get through this rebuild next year.
All right, Steve. So a lot of Yotes fans are listening. Want to know if they're going through redevelopment? Are they growing through redevelopment as the years move on?
Well, I tell you what, the future is bright, and I don't want to pull out the pom-poms too hard here, but some of the players they have in the pipeline are very good players. This year's draft is key. If somehow lottery luck and they're 8.5% or 7.5%, and they can land the number one player, Connor Bedard, he is the Connor McDavid of this generation. He is that good. He is going to boost whatever team gets him immediately into a playoff contender. So if they can get Connor Bedard in the draft, this team is for real out of the gates next season. If they don't, it's still 2 or 3 years away.
So will this have any impact, do you think, saying it's 2 or 3 years on the vote coming up for the new development project? Will the sale of, hey, we really need this new arena, we want to build this district, is it contingent on them saying, meaning the Coyotes, that we will have a competitive team within 2 years?
I don't think so. And here's why, because they're going to come hand in hand. You're going to get the arena built. It's going to take 3.5 years because you have to clean up the land first. And right at the very same time, these guys are ready to play. They've been developed. They've got experience in the league. And, now we have new revenue streams to pay for free agents. I think the timing is perfect. And I think that's the hope of this franchise, is to get by in Mullet, keep the paychecks down, spend as little money as you can. So when you get that building and new revenue streams and parking lots and advertising and corporate dollars, you're ready to get the right players to fill out this roster and start winning.
He's Steve Peters, NHL analyst, as well as former Yotes coach for so many years, 20-plus years. And Gary Bedman, the commissioner, was in town today. He said this is the right project at the right time, and it's spearheaded by the right person, Alex Morello. I'm sorry. I've heard that 20 times already. Why is this different this time around, Coach? Because you've been through it. You were the guy in the locker room and with the players, and you're hearing and reading the same thing we are.
Well, the one thing about this facility and this building in Tempe is it is in the right place. And the last time that they were close to putting it in the right place is when they looked at South Scottsdale, North Tempe, way back in the late 90s before they went to Glendale. That was the right place.
Yeah.
Glendale, unfortunately, never became the destination that I think that ownership group thought it would be. This building's in the right place. It's easily accessible through freeway systems. You got light rail systems. You're close to the campus. Most importantly, you're close to the season ticket base and the corporate dollars. So I think that's the big key. The other thing for this one,
2 minutes.
Everybody's so concerned about these tax dollars, and I'm not a lawyer, and I don't. But according to everything I've read, the only taxes that are paid for this facility are taxes generated through the sales taxes that are raised on the site. So if you don't want to go there, you're not paying any taxes.
Exactly.
Don't go to a movie. Don't go to dinner. Don't go out to the bar. Don't buy a ticket. Then you're not paying taxes. So those two things are extremely rare when people are not expected to pay some sort of taxes to build these facilities, and they're putting it at the right place. I really do. I have no personal interest in this. I'm excited for it. I really hope that this happens.
As you guys know, Steve's my neighbor. So
are the trash cans in today?
Yeah, I didn't have enough to take mine out today, so I was good.
That wasn't out there.
No, because I didn't have a lot of trash, so I don't always I'm not like one of those people that just puts it out there for the hell of it, because your routine is to take it out on Wednesday night. But if you don't mind, you could go over and go say hi to Guinness and maybe give him a walk when you're walking your dog 10 times a day. So he literally walks his dog 10 times.
Do that.
10 times a day.
We're worried about your garbage not being out. We almost knocked on the door just to make sure. But you're like the waste management.
1 minute.
But you don't create much waste. That's good. Carbon footprint.
That's such a Midwest kind of thought process right there. You're going to go say, "Are you okay? You know, the things, there's nothing out today." And
Check it up, bud.
Can I walk your dog? I water your plants for you too. You know, don't you know?
Good. Love you, Coach. Talk to you soon, buddy. See you later.
Thanks for having me, guys. Talk soon.
You got Steve Peters, and you can check him out. Go PH. PHNX.
There you go.
Oh, it's the worst. He's brought to you by All City Towing. All City Towing continues to grow. They got new vehicles, and they're already huge fleet, and they need to hire. That's right. Head to allcitytowing.com as they got current, immediate, full-time, and part-time positions. All kinds of benefits, incredible benefits, even a 401k with a 50% match option. And the fastest way to apply is online. Go to allcitytowing.com and just search careers. They have been the trusted choice for towing and transports across the state since 1992. Head to allcitytowing.com. Coming up, our Twin Peaks picks. Take the fifth caller, 602-260-9191. I think they're challenging Tiffany?
Trinity.
Trinity, I'm sorry. Trinity.
I was from Las Vegas.
At least I got the T. I learned that in Quick Draw Manuch.
Absolutely.
She's our Twin Peaks girl next for a $25 Twin Peaks man card. Again, that phone number, fifth caller at 602-260-9191.
This is The Herd. Attention listeners. With Colin Cowherd.
It doesn't feel like it's a long-term fix. It feels a little desperate. It feels like basically you gave Lamar a cool pre-Christmas present to get him back to the negotiating table. But the Ravens are in a tough spot. It's quarterback league and they don't have one. You probably need to work on the marriage. And I think that's Baltimore's issue.
This is The Herd.
Tomorrow at 10. Listen to Fox Sports 910 anywhere on our free iHeartRadio app.
At Lerner & Rowe, we don't have empty slogans or make empty promises. What we do have is a history of proven results. In a wreck, need a check? We've collected billions of dollars for our clients, with over $1 billion recovered in the past 5 years alone. Make one call, that's all. And we have a team of legal professionals standing by, waiting to begin working on your case the moment you call. Call Lerner & Rowe today. Find out why we've been voted best law firm in Arizona for the past 8 years in a row.
Lerner & Rowe is the way to go. Call 977-1900.
Join Roc and Manuch with Jimmy B Thursdays at one of the Five Valley Twin Peaks locations. The guys broadcast live from one of Five Valley locations. And tune in at 2:45 for Peaks Picks, your chance to win a Twin Peaks man card. It's Guys Live every Thursday at Twin Peaks.
Hey, sports fans, celebrate every big game with El Bandito Yankee, an ultra-premium tequila made from 100% Blue Weber agave in the highlands of Jalisco. Their certified additive-free Blanco and Reposado features a unique oxygenation process for a rich smoothness without that tequila burn. It's why they won platinum and gold medals and are now listed as one of the world's top tequilas by Rolling Stone. Head over to your local store, favorite bar, or restaurant in all 7 Barrio Queen locations. Go to elbanditoyankee.com and break out the Bandito with the official tequila of game day.
Any car dealer in Arizona can compete on price. That's what dealers do. But not many dealers can compete on customer satisfaction. Like Wright Toyota. Make the right choice. Wright Toyota in Scottsdale, just off the 101 on Frank Lloyd Wright Boulevard, and online at wrighttoyota.com.
Golfers, tee it up at Van's Golf Shops with the new 2023 Aerojet Woods and Irons from Cobra Golf. The new Aerojet Woods are designed with a unique aerodynamic shape that delivers faster clubhead speeds for longer drives. And the new Aerojet Irons are made with hot face technology, so every strike delivers more distance. Elevate your game by swinging into Van's Golf Shops and get custom fit on the new Cobra Woods and Irons today. Van's Golf Shops, unmatched expertise, unmatched service.
When you hear it's Spring Black Friday at the Home Depot and Ryobi 40-volt expanded cordless string trimmers are just $179, what are you driven to do? Clear out winter's overgrowth? Clean up the driveway lines? Or take a lighter touch around the flower beds? Hurry into the Home Depot during Spring Black Friday to get more done with the extended runtime and precision control of the Ryobi 40-volt expanded.
I've met Sean Marion a few times. He's really nice.
Spring Black Friday sale.
Day.
For less hay and more needles.
Is he doing the signing there, Jackson, or is he just hanging?
Wake up with The Drive. Jody Ayler tomorrow morning, 6 to 10 on Fox Sports 910 and on our free iHeartRadio app. It's a Twin Peaks Thursday. Back to Roc and Manuch with Jimmy B.
Guys are hot.
Broadcasting live from one of the 5 Valley Twin Peaks on Fox Sports 910 and the iHeartRadio app.
Steve saw how the Heat played the other day and went with Chicago. Steven told me he thought the Thunder were eliminated, so he went with the Timberwolves. So. I took the Suns 110-101. Minutes. Two minutes.
Time now for
Jackson.
Useless Fact of the Day. Time now for
Jackson.
Useless Fact of the Day.
Yes.
I am real anxious to talk about the possibility
1 minute
of the Pac-12 trying to be different and scheduling as soon as this year football on Sunday.
Number one, it'd be, unless it's ASU or USC or maybe
Pac-12 football, Manuch.
Yeah, I get it. On Sunday, nah, I'm reserving my Sundays for NFL football.
And we'll get the latest on the Cardinals. And we'll catch up with Howard Balzer. So there's a lot of stuff going on with that. He's on speed dial with us. So we'll catch up with him. And we're not talking draft with him, Manuch. I know in your notes you were going to talk draft. It's 2 weeks from today. You know what we're going to talk about?
A lot of chatter.
Four-string backup. There's
10.
There's offensive lineman.
There's 95 teams looking to get that
practice squad quarterback.
Yeah, 95 teams looking at that third pick, Rock.
Hour number 3 is coming up. Rock.
It's Dom with Venezia's Pizzeria. We love providing great food for family gatherings, parties, even work meetings. And we make it simple.
We sure do, no matter what the occasion. At Venezia's, we make catering easy. You can see our entire catering menu online at venezias.com. Or let us know how we can help at one of our 6 locations, including the newest, now open in Chandler.
We'd love to bring Venezia's to your next party. Venezia's Pizzeria, a family tradition.
Hey, Arizona, if you're shopping for a new or certified used vehicle, visit any one of your 13 Valley Chevy dealers for the best deals and offers on trucks, crossovers, SUVs, and cars. The Silverado is the #1 best-selling full-size light-duty pickup. So check it out during truck season going on now at your Valley Chevy dealers or visit valleychevy.com. Based on S&G Global Mobility 2022 calendar year end, U.S. new vehicle registrations using GM custom retail registration type in the GM half-ton large pickup segments.
Did you know your completely free iHeartRadio app is also your home for hit podcasts? New for you this week, check out On Purpose with Jay Shetty, discussing philosophy, life, and conversations with the biggest stars in the world. Listen today on your free iHeartRadio app.
iHeartRadio!
In this week's Marketers Report, Roc and Manuch, Chief Marketing and Communications Officer of MasterCard, talks about measurement.
Measuring sonic and sonic branding, the principles of measurement are the same, but the parameters that you measure are different. We measured, and what we find is our investment is paying for itself in oodles.
As the #1 audio company, iHeartMedia gives marketers access to the audiences, trusted influencers, and data you need to grow. If you're a marketer, go to iHeartResults.com.
I'm Martin Hoke, the inventor of Navage Nasal Care, and I love Navage. I've told you about how your nose is the body's air filter, that Navage's powered suction will help flush out allergens, viruses, mucus, and germs. and that Navage will help you breathe better. But what do other people say about Navage? Like Ricardo, quote, "This is one of the greatest inventions ever. I know this may sound like I'm exaggerating, but this sucker is amazing. The first time I did it, I couldn't believe what came out of my sinuses. I could breathe with ease. My wife just bought one too. Thank you for this product," unquote. He's one of over 100,000 online reviews praising Navage, the all-natural solution trusted by over 3 million people to help you breathe better, sleep deeper, snore less, and stay healthier without drugs. Navage is available at Walmart, CVS, Walgreens, Target, Rite Aid, and online. Navage, Navage, clean nose, healthy life.
It's the first Allstate Continental Classico, USA versus Mexico. One of the greatest rivalries in soccer in Glendale on August 19th at 7 p.m. Get tickets at ussoccer.com/tickets and witness Brandon Vasquez, Walker Zimmerman, and Kellen Acosta battle it out on the field.
Portions of the following program were pre-recorded.
Broadcasting from the Superbook.com studio. Superbook Sports, now live. This is KGME Phoenix, KESC HD2 Phoenix. Listen on the free iHeartRadio app for all your music, radio, and podcasts.
It's a day off for the Diamondbacks. They're in Miami to take on the Marlins tomorrow. Madison Bumgarner, the projected starter. Final game of the season for the Coyotes tonight against the Canucks. All eyes on Clayton Keller. He needs 2 points to break the Coyotes' mark of 86, set in the 96-97 season by Keith Tkachuk. U of A men's basketball forward Azuolas Tubelis expected to leave the program and remain in the NBA draft. And in the middle of their voluntary offseason workouts are the Cardinals' new head coach Jonathan Gannon, already making an impression, earning respect from players like Zach Ertz and James Conner. I'm Frank Harity on Fox Sports 910, available everywhere on the free iHeartRadio app.
Now's your chance to win $1,000. Just enter this nationwide keyword on our website. Green. That's green. Enter it now at foxsports910.com.
This is the Parker & Sons Weather Center. For all your AC, plumbing, and electric needs, call Parker.
For tonight, look for mostly clear skies, temperatures dipping down into those mid to upper 50s. And then for your Friday, sunny skies with temperatures much cooler than where they should be, only getting up to about 77 degrees. For the Fox 10 weather experts, I'm Ty Brennan.
This report is sponsored by E.D. Marshall Jewelers.
Don't sell your jewelry for scrap. At E.D. Marshall Jewelers, we need your fine jewelry, watches, and coins, and we'll pay the highest possible prices. Find us online at edmarshallbuys.com. Our new store hours are Tuesday through Saturday, 10 a.m. to 5 p.m.
Time for the top local and national stories of the hour. Powered by the Sportsbook at CAC Sports Bar in Casino, Arizona. Bet big on your favorite teams and players in an environment that's as exciting as the game you're watching. There's no better place in the Valley to get in on the action. The Sportsbook at CAC Sports Bar. Now, guys, what's your top story this hour?
The Commanders sold for a record $6.05 billion to a group led by Josh Harris, who is the 76ers and New Jersey Devils owner. So that's pretty much a pretty big story, I would say. That would be nationally a great story. I would say locally here at Twin Peaks on Camelback, you never know who you're going to meet. We talked about Sean Marion, who's in here now. But we actually just met one of the original ball boys of the Phoenix Suns.
That was great.
One of our fans,
Adams.
Yeah, Steve Adams came by and stopped by, and
that doesn't happen every day. The originals from the 67-68 first team,
68-69 team.
60. Okay, I thought he said 67-68.
Yeah,
so,
that team was it was a team led by
first year.
Jim Fox was the center. Jim Kerr was the head coach. Flying Dutchman Dick Van Arsdale. Boy, Steve rattled off the
he did. Gail
entire
Goodrich,
team.
He had them all.
Gail Goodrich came the second year. And then, but that was a hell of a team. Matter of fact, when we acquired Connie Hawkins the following year, we played the Lakers in the playoffs, 69-70. We were up 3-1, and the Hawk was flying and slamming. But your boy Will Chamberlain, Jerry West, and the rest of those, I think Goodrich was on that team too.
He was.
Came back and beat the Suns 4-3. Crushed our seventh-rate souls that we weren't going to go move on.
Odell Beckham made it official. 1-year deal, guaranteed $15 million for the Ravens. So
And he can't guarantee Lamar Jackson's going to be there or not.
Can I just say this? Reports out of New York today indicated that the New York Jets are now going to try to chase D-Hop.
Yeah, that was yesterday. Yeah, that was yesterday.
Okay.
And if they got the cachet, the capital, or the picks.
Yeah, we'll talk to Howard and see what the latest is on that, because that came out yesterday, and we talked about it briefly. But I think that, sure, don't throw hit you in the ass. I don't know what you're going to get for him at this point.
Well, the other thing, too, is okay.
You got to pay that contract to hit.
Well, that's it right there.
Pay it.
If they got the money to pay, if the Johnson family wants to pay it, and then they're still going to get this guy named Aaron Rodgers.
Yes.
So what? Yeah. So what's happened to that whole thing? He got his contract, D-Hop's contract, and do you have enough picks to give away on top of that?
Jets have an opportunity. I think it's pretty safe to say if you want to win in the National Football League, you can win right now if you're going to spend money. The Rams did it, and so did the Tampa Bay Buccaneers. They did it. Now, you can give Chiefs all the credit in the world because they've kind of done that, but they've been good for so many years. But if the Jets want to kind of make a run and then know they're going to suck for a couple of years after that, like the Rams did this year and the Tampa Bay did, then you spend all the money now and worry about it later and how to pay for it.
Well, and the Chiefs did it with a lot of drafting when they got Patrick Mahomes, which surprised a lot of us.
Like I said, the Chiefs are different. But they've been good for a few years.
Yeah,
but the Rams did it. They paid. They did a Jerry Colangelo, and they paid to win a championship.
And you end up paying for it 2 or 3 years later. The Rams are one of those teams that paid for it this last year. So, yeah, the Jets have got the cachet. But do they have the picks to get a D-Hop? Do they have the picks to get Aaron Rodgers?
They do next year after. I mean, this Cardinal team's good. They're throwing it in now. I mean, why not? If you don't get a pick this year, you're fine, right? You'll take a couple picks next year.
Yeah, I mean, but I'm just saying if the Jets have got to give a first or second round away to the Packers. And if the Cardinals are looking for a second or third rounder from the Jets,
mortgage the future to win now,
and they might do that. I mean, who knows? But I think, to your point, Rock, they've got the defense. They need a quarterback. They got a decent group of receivers. They're going to get another guy like D-Hop, Aaron Rodgers. If he gets there, they'll have a chance to win the AFC East from the get-go.
So my point, then, I'll ask you, Manuch, being the former football guy.
Really?
I know, scary when you think about it.
I was on those sidelines checking it out hard, man.
Yes, you were. You had a great view.
I had a great view. I literally had a front row seat.
You did. The point I want to make, though, because we have seen the Rams, which Rock mentioned, do what we just talked about, mortgage the future to win a title.
Yep.
We saw Tampa Bay do it.
They were there twice.
Yes, they were. Yep, and they won one. And then we saw Tampa Bay. And Tampa Bay was good the following year, but the Rams beat them. So the point that I want to make here, if indeed you are the Jets and what you just said, wouldn't you do that right now?
Sure.
Because you haven't won anything since 1969.
Why not?
If you're a Jets
1969.
Fan, if you're a Jets fan, of course, when
Absolutely.
you care. You want to win now.
Yes.
I think all of us, even as Cardinal fans, you want them to win now. And we don't care about the future.
No. And redevelopment in the NFL is like an oxymoron. Who wants to rebuild in the NFL? You can go acquire your picks, you get the free agents. Okay, but you're with that cap going up next year, and with the money you're making from TV money and all that, if you want to, you can go do that in a heartbeat. Just depends on the owner. And I think with the Jets, it sounds like they're a little desperate to get there. But again, with the Rodgers thing and the D-Hop thing, from that standpoint, hey, go for it, man. You want to give away a couple first-rounders in the future and a couple second-rounders? Because I always contend your draft choices are, put it this way, are lucky at best to carry the 2 or 3 on when you have proven guys year in, year out that can get the job done now, and you don't have to worry about those first-rounders or second-rounders giving you instant success.
Well, and you mentioned teams that go out and spend the money. The team that doesn't, that continues to draft well every year, is the Chiefs.
Exactly.
I mean, 6 out of 7 picks last year were starters and made an impact, and they were cheap.
And the 49ers, you remember when they went to the Super Bowl a few years ago against the Chiefs, the Chiefs won that game. Their front 7 were either first or second round picks when you look at that draft. That's another one of those, John Lynch being smart about this, but they did plug some holes with some free agents. When you go after this guy and that type of thing.
Speaking of free agents, I'm really bummed about this new signing that just came down today. Trace McSorley's gone.
Oh, man. Saying ain't so rough.
man.
New England.
Going to the Patriots.
Oh. What does Bill Belichick know that?
That we don't know. That we don't see. Cardinals better get another backup. That's all I can say.
Seriously,
they got to get another backup.
What's left? Well, Colt McCoy is going to be working on TV on USFL broadcast.
Colt will be your starter, but David Blau.
I understand, but he's
got
been
your guy.
exactly. But Colt's been hurt.
Yeah,
that's
he
it
can
right
get
there.
injured right away. It's like okay, we're going to lose the first 8 games of the season before Kyler comes back. If that's even the case, he comes back in 8 games. Who knows what's going to be?
Talk about subliminal tanking. And to your point, Rock, if he does go down, who's your backup? David Blau. Okay, so the kid comes in. You got nothing around him. If D Hop's gone, if Hollywood's there, and you got Moore's, there's nothing around that kid to support him to come in versus a guy that's got some experience, that's got something about defenses and moving that can help you out a little bit. So I think it's done the ultimate tank mode when you go get another backup quarterback.
Are they banking on some USFL guy or some XFL guy?
There were
Stetson Bennett is the guy I'd look out for.
There were plenty of backup quarterbacks that had a lot of experience that are now gone, that other teams have picked up, knowing we better pick them up now and then work from the draft from that standpoint. A lot of guys have moved on.
I don't know. Anyway, quickly, locally, tonight, Yotes' last game of the season against Vancouver, and then May 8th will be the day they'll find out where they'll be on the draft lottery. They got 2 first-round picks. And then also the Diamondbacks are traveling today. They'll open up a 3-game series, or 4-game series, I believe. A 3-game series with Miami, and then they head to St. Louis, and they'll be back to face San Diego. And then for the Suns, we all know Sunday, 5 o'clock, is the Clippers.
I can't wait. I'm so excited.
3 minutes. It was 1 o'clock.
Just watch.
5 o'clock just gets in my way of 60 minutes.
Not for me. I'll be wrapping up.
I like Sunday.
I like
1
Sunday
o'clock
games.
noon. I go to the bar, watch the games. Hey, sorry, honey, I gotta go watch sports.
I gotta play 18. Come back, take a shower, head to the refreshment
Rock,
stand.
you got your routine all set, which is good. That's a good routine.
Well, these
It's a great routine.
Yeah,
It's like, you understand, when the football season was over, there was a little bit of lull there where there was nothing going on Sunday, and you're trying to make some of these golf tournaments worthwhile, to go watch. Masters was great. You could go watch the Masters on Sunday if you were done with your Easter, celebration, if you were even celebrating. But, this 1 o'clock, that's good for bar business. Think about business. Think about Twin Peaks. People want to go out and watch games.
Sure.
Sunday night is like, man, you just want to chill. You got to do you're doing laundry. You're making your meal prep. You're doing all that stuff for the week.
This place will be slammed for the Suns game Sunday night, late afternoon, 5 o'clock.
Hey, by the way, another place to watch the game, CAZ Sportsbook in Casino, Arizona. Get the bets in. They have all the TVs there as well, so check that out at Casino, Arizona. Coming up, we will discuss something that I don't know if it will necessarily happen. I'm somewhat in favor of it if it does, but what do you think about watching your Sun Devils or your Arizona Wildcats on Sunday this fall? Speaking of Sundays, while the NFL is going on, there is that possible risk that this commissioner with the Pac-12 may do. We'll discuss that next. It's Roc and Manuch and Jimmy B here on Fox Sports 910.
Hey, Manuch, hung back for me.
Valley traffic from the Valley.
All right, cool. Just let me know. All good. Go for it.
With
with forged carbon to have unparalleled distance and forgiveness. The irons feature a high-strength forged face for increased launch, speed, and spin. A new paradigm in performance. Swing into Vans Golf Shops and get custom fit today. Vans Golf Shops. Unmatched expertise, unmatched service.
Tune in Mondays from 1 to 4 as Roc and Manuch with Jimmy B broadcasts live from the CAZ Sportsbook in Casino, Arizona. The Sportsbook at the CAZ Sports Bar in Casino, Arizona is sports fans' paradise. That's the guys live every Monday from CAZ Sportsbook in Casino, Arizona.
Jenny!
Hey, Jenny!
Jenny, come on in! Steve!
Hey, Steve!
Steve, how you doing?
Meg!
Meg, nice to see you! Hey, Meg!
Arena Sports Grill. Come on out for the sports, off-track betting, incredible food, and friendly faces. The best daily specials in Scottsdale. Arena Sports Grill, 62nd Street in Bell. We know you.
Right Toyota, the #1 volume Toyota dealer in the state of Arizona, ensures you a buying experience that will exceed all your expectations. Check it out for yourself. Located just off the 101 on Franklin Wright Boulevard in Scottsdale and online at righttoyota.com.
You hear it now, the lawyer ads, and I'll repeat it in this one. All personal injury attorneys are not the same. Sure, we all claim to do the same things, but that's where the similarities between Lerner & Rowe and all other law firms end. Lerner & Rowe was recently named the second most influential law firm in the country, and we've collected billions of dollars for our clients, with over $1 billion in the last 5 years alone. If you want real results after you've been hurt in a car wreck, call Lerner & Rowe today.
Lerner & Rowe is the way to go. Call 977-1900.
Sorry, but we actually have a wait list for our Monstera.
Shaw's greenhouse is really bringing in the green.
We can't keep snake plants in stock.
She needs a construction manager to build on her roots and grow.
We could add a whole section for ferns. And here we'd have dahlias, dahlias, and more dahlias.
Indeed can help her hire great people fast.
I need Indeed.
Indeed you do. You can schedule and conduct virtual interviews all from your employer dashboard. Visit Indeed.com/credit and get $75 towards your first sponsored job. Terms and conditions apply.
Hey, this is Lincoln Kennedy. Here's what's trending on the iHeart Sports Network.
Presented by Staples Stores.
The Suns continue to prepare for Sunday's Game 1 matchup with the Clippers. The Cardinals in the middle of their voluntary offseason workouts. Coach Jonathan Gannon earning respect from players like Tana and Zach Ertz and running back James Conner. Sixers and Devils co-owner Josh Harris's group reached a preliminary non-exclusive agreement to buy the Washington Commanders for $6.05 billion from owners Dan and Tanya Snyder. I'm Frank Arity.
Staples Print and Marketing Services help small business print big. Now $15 off. Visit staples.com/printbig for details. This is your sign to try Staples, where your prints are perfect, guaranteed.
Hey guys, the highlight coming up is FS1.
Meant for morning.
It's Borgay to Gio.
Listen tomorrow, 6 to 10 on Fox Sports 910. It's a Twin Peaks Thursday. Back to Roc and Manuch with Jimmy B. Broadcasting live from one of the 5 Valley Twin Peaks on Fox Sports 910 and the iHeart Radio app.
15-14. We're past the halfway point of the third quarter. Borgay under pressure, stops, throws, touchdown! And the catch is made by Gio Sanders.
Guys are hot.
Yeah, a little college football highlight there, thanks to FS1. Well, Pac-12 Commissioner George Kliavkoff in the Pac-12 Conference doesn't seem like they're getting any closer to a media rights deal, right? We talked about CW the other day. And I think Commissioner K is now considering some options that might not be realistic, but the Pac-12 needs to do something. And maybe that is a risk. And one of these risks is playing games on Sunday afternoons, going up against the Pac-12. Now, they're not dumb enough to go right up against a 49er Packer game in that 225 or 125 window on Fox, but they could compete against early morning Jacksonville friggin' Cardinals game, right? Mm-hmm. So what they're looking at possibly doing is after the NFL releases their schedule in the spring, with all the kickoff television assignments, the Pac-12 may go in and do a flex schedule on Saturday game, moving the Saturday games to Sunday when it makes sense with a start time of 2:30 Pacific, which is what we will be. Okay, maybe 2:45, maybe even 3, and it'll be like a 5 or 6 game package during the NFL season. So games will be flexed on Sunday on weekends when it's clear that the late game window, that 4:25 or 4:05 Eastern time, is not good. So if you're a football fan, there could be several weekends where that late window is dead. It's Jacksonville and Cardinals on Fox, or Browns and Chargers on CBS, or may not be the case, or whatever it may be. But it would definitely carve out a niche for the Pac-12. Us as fans may be like, oh, that's so stupid. Why the Pac-12 would do it? But at the end of the day, it's football, and we're going to watch it.
All right, let me ask you, though, what network?
They don't have one yet.
That's what I'm saying. What network, then, would they want to pick up?
That could be some leverage for them.
Well, you already have Fox.
It's not them picking up. It's not picking it up.
Right.
But an FS1 could carry it.
That's true.
A CBS Sports Network could pick it up.
Okay, yeah, I see where you're going on that.
But it's a chicken and the egg theory
It
here.
is,
You're going to have the game for sure.
And it's a late game now, guys, because the NFL loads up early in that early window, right?
Yes,
right.
Sometimes we'll have 8 games in that first window, and then 2. And they always have one really good game. All right, we're going to see Eagles, Cowboys, right?
Right.
And then there's some crap game that it's Cardinals and let's just say Raiders. Well, not Raiders because they draw.
Do you think ESPN could get any of the action because they don't have any NFL games on Sunday?
Could be. It could be.
Like ESPN 2, maybe 3 or 8.
I could see where this would now. I can now see where this could finally draw interest with the
So
platform.
what I'll say to Jimmy during the break, would you, as an East Coast guy, would you prefer to watch a 12 p.m. start East Coast time or 11 East Coast in some cases, 3 hours to the Pacific on Saturday night, or would you rather see it at 4 or 5 o'clock on a Sunday
afternoon and actually watch the game?
That's my point.
And the whole thing could be you could see USC taking on maybe a USC in Oklahoma are playing on that. You move that flex to a schedule. I mean, everybody wants to see that game, or USC versus another powerhouse, or maybe it's USC Texas, or could be whomever. And then that area, I would look to watch that versus a Jacksonville Carolina game or something along those lines.
All right, but what if it's Oregon State Stanford?
I think they're going to be strategic, though. I think because they can flex.
They would have to be. They would have to be strategic.
Yeah.
But my concern is that we all know the NFL is king. They trump everything.
True.
Wouldn't only people who are alumni of the two schools that are playing would really have that much interest in it if the NFL is on?
There's still the gambling. You're going to chase it.
Now
You're chasing the losses from the first half.
Okay.
Now I will also say this as somewhat of a guy that's been in television for a while. For this year, if it happened this year, you're going to ramp up USC and UCLA as much as you can.
Absolutely.
Because when you go back the next year to try to sell ratings, you're going to use the numbers from the year before.
That is true.
As you know,
Yes.
doing the television, you're going to say, oh, it did a 5 rating.
Yeah.
Okay, well, they're going to sell that number. They may not hit it. They don't care. They got the money, and they're going to make good with spots later to pay for it.
The other area too is if it's after so many weeks, and the timing. Number one, first and foremost, having good games. USC, Oregon,
that's key.
Washington, USC, whoever it is, to flex them in to make sure you've got 2 really good games or a rivalry that can go against a stinker of a game in the National Football League. And in that 12 o'clock window, I think it's beyond 12. You got too many other good games that people want to follow the NFL late afternoon. How did my team do? You're looking at highlights. You're looking at this. You're looking at that. If you're going to do it in Pac-12, I think that in that late morning or early afternoon window is about where you're going to have because
No, it's
everybody else.
only going to be late.
Well,
you're not. There's no way you're going to go early.
No, you'd have to be late.
But I'm going to be all over the NFL looking to see the updates and the highlights and the packages and catch that. I want to see the game going into Sunday Night Football and college football be on my way back burner. If it's about noon.
And again, guys, this is, at least according to this report, it's 5 or 6 games.
Sure.
And they're flexing. That's it.
Yeah.
It's not like it's the whole.
But they better be damn good games that I'm going to go.
That's why they will flex.
Yeah.
But again, they are going to counter the NFL schedule.
Sure,
and they're going to take the
I get
late
that.
Sunday second window and fill it with a UCLA Oklahoma. You got to remember, the Pac-12 does play other teams outside their conference.
They do. Oklahoma,
it's okay.
Yeah. That's why I said Oklahoma, USC. Yeah. If it's a good non-conference matchup, Notre Dame's taking on UCLA, or Notre Dame, USC, or whatever.
Anybody in the Big Ten or SEC.
Yeah.
And they're going to try to schedule those games, and maybe they're going to move some stuff around.
I was going to say, the only thing that I agree with Manuch, because later I'm looking at USC's schedule right now. They play Notre Dame, Utah, Washington, Oregon, and UCLA in October, November. And that time for the NFL is usually when they flex those games from like early morning to like the 4 slot. So that could be the counter for the Pac-12 is most of those good games are in the later of the season, and that's when the NFL flexes their games for better games.
Oh, by the way, the NFL could flex their games. They could to counter. I mean, I don't think they'd counter college. They would just.
They're not going to care.
Yeah, they wouldn't care.
No,
they would just.
But maybe the Pac-12 wants to get some momentum, and they will take that September and October and do it, knowing that that's when a lot of the non-conference games are. Right.
Absolutely.
That's when Arizona State is scheduled against an Oklahoma State or whomever it may be.
I get the idea, but I want to see who the carrier is. Does it
really matter?
Yes,
I
it
don't-
does.
how?
Because
You're going to tune in no matter what.
CBS,
His favorite icon.
No,
Yeah.
CBS and Fox are locked into the National Football League.
Fine.
So that leaves you
As well as NBC, the Sunday night game.
Sunday night game. So that leaves you ABC. So
what?
it would be ABC and ESPN.
But it could
That's
be
it.
But no, it's CBS Network. It's
Fox Sports Network.
It's whatever
Yeah.
happens with Diamond, with Bally's, and these regional sports networks. There's so many, and who
Do you
knows?
think it would sell?
Who
if they
knows
put
if
it on
Apple
the
comes in?
regions?
What if Apple comes in, which was a month ago? Apple was kind of pursuing the Pac-12. I think the way our world is now, YouTube and with DirecTV taking over YouTube taking over the Sunday Ticket. I think it doesn't matter where it is
I'm
anymore.
just saying, I don't care.
We're
Who
going to
cares?
find it, right? We're going to find it.
If
we
you-
all have the smart TVs now.
If USC's taking on, let's say, K-State on a mid-afternoon, bang, I don't care. I'll find it.
That's because you
who's
went
to
to
say-
K-State.
I'm just saying it's I'm going to find it no matter what.
Who's to say the CW doesn't all of a sudden
2
come
minutes.
back in because of something like that?
I think this idea will maybe, as I said earlier, spring some of those guys to come back and go, okay, we'll do an 8-game package on Sunday. Now, the other games, those Saturday games, they're on your own. We'll handle the Sunday. If you want to go down this route, you get a top carrier, so to speak, or platform carrier, that'll do those games or whatever. Now, unless the Pac-12 goes, well, we got to get you to commit Saturdays and Sundays. We need you on board for all of them. It's either one or none.
I think an FS1 or somebody like that, CBS Sportsnet,
They'd
would
be
work.
perfect.
They'll work. We'll find it. It's just for that part, maybe.
Yeah.
But I do think they need a bigger presence.
Exactly.
But we'll see. Hey, Cardinals are still in the news for the widespread workplace misconduct, and we heard from a former Cards executive that Terry McDonough, who originally did this. Now we have somebody that's supporting some of his claims.
Corroborated.
So we will catch up with Howard Balzer next as we continue from Twin Peaks on Camelback to Roc and Manuch with Jimmy B.
Behold. Here's what's trending on Fox Sports 910 Phoenix.
It's the end of the line for the Coyotes tonight as they take on the Canucks. Clayton Keller, though, needs 2 points to break the Yotes mark of 86 set by Keith Tkachuk in the 96-97 season. U of A men's basketball forward Azuolas Tubelis is expected to leave the program to remain in the NBA draft. The Diamondbacks are off on this Thursday. They'll face the Marlins in Miami in tomorrow's series opener. Madison Bumgarner is the projected starter. The Cardinals in the thick of their voluntary offseason workouts. And new head coach Jonathan Gannon is earning early respect from players like Zach Ertz and James Conner. I'm Frank Garrity on Fox Sports 910, available everywhere on the free iHeartRadio app.
This is the Parker & Sons Weather Center. For all your AC, plumbing, and electric needs, call Parker.
For tonight, look for mostly clear skies, temperatures dipping down into those mid to upper 50s. And then for your Friday, sunny skies with temperatures much cooler than where they should be, only getting up to about 77 degrees. For the Fox 10 weather experts, I'm Ty Brennan.
This report is sponsored by Banner Health. Banner Health is here to make your everyday care easy and convenient with online scheduling and video visits. This is care on your terms, whenever you need it. Banner Health. Exhale.
What's up, guys? Jason Payne, owner of State 48 Roofing. You can find me on Instagram and Facebook, #SexyRoofStatus. At State 48 Roofing, we are family-owned and operated, born and raised in Arizona. We'd love to give back to our schools and community. Contact us at state48roofing.com.
Are you living paycheck to paycheck only to find yourself going backwards financially each month? Nobody wants to file bankruptcy, but at many times, it's the best choice. The credit industry wants you to believe that bankruptcy is bad and that it will destroy your credit forever, but that's just not true. In most cases, filing bankruptcy can improve your credit. At Lerner Rowe Law Group, our bankruptcy lawyers only work on bankruptcy cases, and we can file your bankruptcy with $0 down.
Lerner and Rowe is the way to go. Call 977-1900.
Home shopping? You'll need a pre-approval letter. Call GC Global Capital, and you can get pre-approved in minutes. Call 480-397-9300. Free second opinions and comparisons. GC Global Capital is an Arizona licensed mortgage broker. NMLS 1091187. License MB 0924983. An equal opportunity lender.
Hey, sports fans, celebrate every big game with El Bandito Yankee, an ultra-premium tequila made from 100% Blue Weber agave in the highlands of Jalisco. Their certified additive-free Blanco and Reposado features a unique oxygenation process for a rich smoothness without that tequila burn. It's why they won platinum and gold medals and are now listed as one of the world's top tequilas by Rolling Stone. Head over to your local store, favorite bar, or restaurant in all 7 Barrio Queen locations. Go to elbanditoyankee.com and break out the Bandito with the official tequila of game day.
During Spring Black Friday at the Home Depot,
Balls ready.
Bags of Scott's Earth Grow mulch are on special buy for just $10. Planting a garden, mulch helps soil retain moisture. Sprucing up your walkway, mulch can help prevent weeds from creeping in. Potting some flowers for your porch, liven up your planters with an accent of year-long color with red, brown, or black mulch. Hurry into the Home Depot to get Scott's Earth Grow mulch. Now 5 bags for just $10. Offer valid in store only, April 13th through 23rd. Color selection varies by store. Limit 60 bags per customer while supplies last.
They say there are 2 things you can't avoid, death and taxes, but they don't know about AC Doctors Heating and Cooling. I have an AC Doctors air filtration system, a new AC, and I work out, so I'm a doctor of sorts. I might live forever. And taxes? Well, I just had a brand new AC unit installed with a $2,000 federal tax credit, not to mention thousands of dollars in rebates, discounts, and utility savings. So do what the doctor ordered. An apple a day and call AC Doctors at 602-767-7435 or visit theacdoctors.com for details.
Stunning design, unmatched intelligence, and a compact ready for anything build. Sometimes exceptional is the rule. The Mercedes-Benz GLA, member of the unrivaled SUV family. Learn more at MBUSA.com.
He's been covering the National Football League for 48 years. He currently works as Arizona Cardinals lead writer for GoPHNX.com. A longtime Hall of Fame voter, Howard Balzer.
You guys are hot.
Roc and Manuch with Jimmy B on Fox Sports 910.
All right, everybody, welcome back in. We continue here at Twin Peaks on Camelback in Phoenix. We're here until 4 o'clock. It is Roc and Manuch with Jimmy B, Fox Sports 910. Howard joins us right now. Howard, it's Jimmy B and Manuch. Roc got tied up in a conversation. He'll return in just a moment.
No, before we start, how about that new open we got there for you, big
did
fella?
you like that?
Yeah, that was awesome. I said, yeah, that's cool. Definitely. Definitely. Although, I hope I'm still doing it in a couple of years when you can say it's my 50th year covering NFL. Wow,
I told them that they should add the Killer Bees world-class radio show as well, but they nixed it.
That was definitely one of the highlights of these 48 years, no doubt about it.
It was.
I hear you're still coming out of therapy after that show, Howard, is what I understand.
well, it wasn't long after we started doing that I hightailed it back to St. Louis from Las Vegas.
He did. He left me in the lurch. All right, pal. Let's kind of jump on some of this. Your, I guess, thoughts and comments about everything that has taken place so far with the McDonough explosion of information. Have it collaborated as well by Winiger. Where are you on all of this, and how does it play out?
Ron Miniger.
Miniger, I'm sorry. Thank you.
Right, yeah, exactly. No, that's the $1 million question, or whatever dollar point you want to put on it. We can't use the $64,000 question anymore, like that old TV show. That was way too long ago. But that is the big question: is where does it go from here? Because the NFL would like to bury this. Will more people speak out? I mean, I've been told some things, and I've been told that Bidwell as an owner was one of the big considerations for Sean Payton not taking the job, and that had the Broncos not come forward with the money that he wanted, that he would have just gone back to Fox for the year, and for at least for another season. And so, I've always felt that where there's smoke, there's fire, but that's the big question: where does it go from here? Do more people speak out? When anything goes to arbitration in the NFL, it becomes a very quiet process, which is what the NFL wants, because they want it behind closed doors. They don't want depositions and things like that, and things being made public, and much less a court case, a case going to a courtroom. And so, we'll see. Like I said, it's tough to say, but the more you get people, concurring with this, and I've had former employees that are still here in Phoenix that have told me that when you work there, you're walking on eggshells.
Yeah.
And so that doesn't mean it's everybody, but it's enough people to make it uncomfortable. So it'll be very, very intriguing and fascinating to watch where it does go from here.
It's interesting because when you do talk to a lot of people, they corroborate it. They haven't come public, and it seems to have permeated throughout the building and other areas as well of that complexes too. So it's not just one Michael Bidwell. It seems like some of the other execs have exuded this. But the one thing that Jimmy and I and Rock were looking for in that letter that was released by ProFootballTalk.com and Mike Florio was anything about the burner phones. But Manuch never said anything about the burner phones. It was just pretty much corroborating about the workplace environment more so than anything.
Right.
So no burner phones information or smoking gun in reference to that.
No, exactly. And I guess it's fair to wonder. I mean, he was mostly involved in the non-football area of the organization, so it's possible that he wasn't aware of it, and that it's obvious that something went on with the burner phones, because in the answer to McDonough, it was admitted that this thing was there, but they tried to claim that someone else started it and Bidwell put an end to it, and retrieved all the phones. Well, if that's true, he retrieved all the phones, then Terry McClain, he still has one of the phones, the phone that he had. So there's going to be a lot of questions to be answered. The question is how much we in the public sphere will learn about it and know about it, and that's another unanswered, unknown question.
It's really also troubling. Howard Balls are joining us here on the right to guest line. Rock, it's Jimmy B. Is to see that Ron Manuch told Michael Bidwell, who called him on this, that he wanted to use the letter that he'd written to him a couple years ago saying he was sorry, this, and this. And Ron said, well, that's fine if you use the entire letter and you don't pick and choose like Ron knows that Michael Bidwell will do. And sure enough, this McCarthy guy with this PR firm did exactly that. They picked and chose, cherry-picked, but they wanted to make it sound as though Manuch was just popping off for no reason at all. Again, just very, very sad that they've got to resort to those kind of, I call bullying and hardcore tactics to refute what seems to be, from my indication, pretty truthful information.
Yeah, that's the thing, and that's the thing. That's what we talked about, last week. I mean, they could have, gone the professional way, and answered and responded to the, when it became public, and just responded and say, well, these allegations are not true. We look forward to presenting our case, if it goes to arbitration, and be done with it that way. But instead, they felt compelled to go into character assassination on Terry McDonough, and then try to distance themselves from it by having just Jim McCarthy not only issue the statement, but then wrote on it. It didn't say statement from the Cardinals. It just had this word, and then it said a tribute to Jim McCarthy, external PR advisor. So does Michael Bidwell really believe that he could distance himself from this because someone else, put out the statement? I mean, obviously he had to approve the statement, and obviously he had to supply whatever information was in the statement to Jim McCarthy, because he would not be privy to any of those details of things that happened, almost 5 years ago. So there's just a lot of, this thing just smells. That's the only way that I can, describe it. But that seems to be the way sometimes that Bidwell seems delusional about things. I think I might have mentioned this last week on the whole Kyler Murray independent study clause in the contract. They put it in, then what hits the fan, they take it out and claim that they never thought that it would be, it would stir that much controversy.
It's amazing.
How could you? Yeah. How could you not think that it would when you live in this environment that we're in now? It's just, it's just delusional. And apparently there's a lot of that goes around. I thought it was also interesting when Jonathan Gannon spoke to the media on Tuesday at the for the opening of the off-season program, and of course he was asked about, and I wrote about this yesterday on GoPHNX.com about the new additions to the sports performance department, where for years the Cardinals had the smallest one in the NFL with only 2 people. And I see a lot of people don't look at all these lists, but I do it, and I put together Lindy's every year. And I have to choose on a lot of teams how many of them to include on the coaching staff, because some of them have so many. And the Cardinals only had 2. Well, they add 5 people, and when Jonathan Gannon was asked about it, he said, well, when I got the job, Michael was already in process of, improving in that area.
Yeah, right.
And I'm thinking to myself, right. And that he had in his mind to hire 5 new people, right? I went to the Eagles, list, and they have 7 guys also working in strength and conditioning and sports science, in nutrition, all these things. And obviously Jonathan Gannon came from there. So that he and Monty Ossenfort were saying, hey, 2 strength guys? Are you serious? I mean, you just need a whole lot more in this day and age of the NFL. And, good for them for being able to get it done. But, I wonder also, though, guys, they have a coaching staff that is, let's just say, appears to be, somewhat, costing less money than a lot of teams, with a lot of the inexperienced coaches they have. So who knows? Maybe that was a trade-off. That because Gannon talked about hiring some people with major experience to the staff, which of course was not done. And so you wonder if not getting that was a trade-off for improving in that sports performance area, which of course is very important. So there's just so many questions raised about how this organization is run, and it will continue to be.
All right, let me get to the people that play the games, and I want to go to the report coming out of New York yesterday, and it was reported again today, that the Jets, since they lost out on Odell Beckham Jr., now are going to take a shot at acquiring Hopkins, DeAndre Hopkins. Where are you on that, and have you heard those rumors, and is there truth behind any of it?
Well, I have heard them. There's likelihood that, they're accurate. And just as, there's been a lot of teams that have talked to the Cardinals. It would be surprising if teams didn't. But the big thing is, obviously, they have to satisfy DeAndre Hopkins contractually if they make a deal. But they also have to provide the Cardinals with draft choice compensation. And if there was any team that was willing to give what the Cardinals wanted, this deal would be done already. But obviously it isn't, because the Cardinals aren't happy with what they've heard in terms of draft choices. But the reality in the NFL is that when you have a guy who's 31, I know a lot of people saying, well, Odell Beckham Jr. got $15 million from the Ravens, guaranteed, and he's just as old as Hopkins and all this. Well, yeah, true. And he's coming off the ACL, but there weren't draft choices involved, and it was a 1-year deal. I mean, we don't know what Hopkins is trying to get.
2 minutes.
But, he's probably hoping to add to what he's already contractually supposed to receive, although none of that is guaranteed. And so that's going to affect the draft choices. And that's the reality of the NFL. I mean, the Rams traded Jalen Ramsey, and he's 2 years younger than Hopkins and hasn't had injuries. And all they could get was a 3rd-round pick and a backup tight end. So a deal will be done on that when the Cardinals realize that this is the best that we're going to do. There's really no rush now, and there's not a lot of urgency. But if they want to get a draft, whatever the draft pick is, if they want to get it in this year's draft, then it has to be done, obviously, within a couple of weeks.
Always great, pal, when you come on the show. Always information. It was we needed it today. Thank you. Appreciate you.
Appreciate it. Well, and by the way, the report about at least 6 teams inquiring about that third pick in the draft, as I've said to many people since hearing that, the news would be if the report said no teams are inquiring with the Cardinals about the third pick in the draft.
Wow.
Teams do that's what teams do all the time.
Sure.
They're talking to everybody about all that. So there was nothing really new there. The question is, will there be a good enough deal that it will make the Cardinals trade down in 2 weeks?
You're the best. Thank you, buddy. Have a good weekend.
My pleasure, guys.
You got it,
Take
brother.
care. You too.
There you go. Howard Balzer, right here. Go, PHNX.
So, let me ask you. Were you having a rough day? You really needed Howard? You really needed that today?
Yeah, I got beat up pretty good on the show today. I just needed that.
Really
insight.
needed it today.
I did.
Thank you, Howard. We really needed that today. I think that was great.
I did.
I was like, okay, we really needed
I thought
that today.
he was highly informative.
He was loving on Coach Guy.
I was just about to say
he was loving. I thought you were auditioning interview for a job yesterday. By
Kevin
the time
Guy,
you
look,
gave all that love to
both
Coach
Kevin and John Guy.
Well,
Yes,
him too.
yeah.
Him to his brother.
John.
Yes. I misspoke. I corrected myself before he came on.
It'll be on the rewind tomorrow.
Why does that not surprise me?
So that was the tease?
Yeah. But what I said to him was, and I appreciate his honesty, because most coaches just give you coach speak, and Kevin Guy does not.
Like they're not going to be honest with you, Jimmy?
No, they're not.
Think about Coach Guy. It's just that, he's a good old boy from Alabama.
He's just a good guy.
Yeah.
Just a good guy overall.
That's stupid.
Jimmy, you done schmoozing?
No, I'm not.
I don't know what's worse.
I got more.
I don't know what's worse. You calling him John or Manuch making a statement there that Coach Guy is a good guy.
Good guy. Jimmy.
Jeez.
Right.
I let it go.
It's like we should be running a daycare center with little kids because they're the ones that would laugh.
Dad cheesy jokes, right?
So cheesy. Yeah. Let's see what our rewind is next. It's Roc and Manuch and Jimmy B out here at Twin Peaks.
This is The Odd Couple with Chris Broussard and Rob Parker.
They've been blessed to have Hall of Fame level quarterback play for the last 30 years, Rob.
Yeah,
30.
it's unheard of.
There's some big time football fans and players and head coaches who don't recall seeing the Packers without a great quarterback.
With Chris Broussard and Rob Parker. Today at 4, tell your smart speaker to play Fox Sports 910.
Valley traffic from the Valley Toyota Dealers Traffic Center.
I-10 westbound from the mini stack out to 83rd Avenue is running slow. 17 northbound from the 10 split to Jefferson slow. Santan and Chandler, we have a crash. Loop 202 westbound near Cooper and slow traffic from McQueen. Also have an accident at Apache Boulevard west of McClintock. That's traffic.
This report is sponsored by GimmeTheVin.com.
The check is good, the experience is smooth, and the reviews online are wonderful at GivesMeTheVin.com. They don't call us America's best car buyer for nothing.
Sell us your car. GimmeTheVin.com. So easy you can do it in your underwear.
Tune in Mondays from 1 to 4 as Roc and Manuch with Jimmy B broadcasts live from the CAZ Sportsbook in Casino, Arizona. The Sportsbook at the CAZ Sports Bar in Casino, Arizona is sports fans' paradise. That's the guys live every Monday from CAZ Sportsbook in Casino, Arizona.
When we make your meal, this is where we start. Traditional, old-world recipes passed down through generations. But then, we add some modern flair and spice up your Italian dining with contemporary flavor combinations. The result? The perfect fusion of new and old world traditions and a meal you'll never forget.
Inspired by the comfort and cuisine of a Brooklyn-style pizza parlor, Upper Crust Pizza and Patio Wine Bar is located at the southeast corner of Loop 101 and Cave Creek Road in Phoenix.
The right price, the right selection. It's all now at Wright Toyota in Scottsdale. Stop by today and see why Wright Toyota continues to be Arizona's top Toyota dealership, located just off the 101 on Frank Lloyd Wright Boulevard and online at WrightToyota.com.
Golfers, tee it up at Vans Golf Shops and go farther and faster with the new G430 woods and irons from Ping. The Ping G430 woods introduce the next generation of speed with new face technology for longer and more accurate shots. The new Ping G430 irons are designed with Pure Flex technology for faster ball speed and more distance. Swing into Vans Golf Shops and get custom fit today. Vans Golf Shops, unmatched expertise, unmatched service.
What's all the huss about?
Jeff and Leah Huss on Rio Salado Mexican Lager.
Rio Salado Mexican Lager is Arizona's own light and crushable lager.
Here at Huss Brewing Company, we love making lagers. Mexican lagers are deeply rooted from traditional German and Austrian lagers.
Pairs perfectly with your favorite tacos, burritos, or backyard barbecue. Just add fresh lime and enjoy. Pick up a 6-pack at your local grocery store.
Viva local beer.
Visit findhussbeer.com for a retailer near you. Quality,
family,
pride, and beer. That's what the Huss is about.
At the United States Postal Service, we're reinventing our network to help keep your business moving. With new shipping options to deliver better value, greater flexibility to conveniently reach your customers, more confident shipping with new informed delivery features, and new electric vehicles for a cleaner, brighter future. Fast, reliable, perfectly orchestrated. The United States Postal Service, delivering for America. Learn more at USPS.com/moving forward.
Hi, I'm Ryan Seacrest for RAD. Over 300 people in this country are killed every week by a drunk driver. That's the equivalent of 2 747 plane crashes every single week. And the problem isn't going away unless we all do our part to stop it. So if you see someone who's about to drive after drinking, get the keys. Don't leave it up to anyone else. Friends don't let friends drive drunk.
A public service announcement brought to you by RAD, the National Association of Broadcasters, and the Ad Council.
It's the Lerner and Rowe. One call, that's all. Call of the day. If you're looking for a full-service law firm, just make one call. That's all. 602-977-1900. Lerner and Rowe, voted Arizona's best law firm.
Orman lifts this to deep left center field. Mitchell in pursuit. And it's gone! Corbin Carroll, that's his third. And once again, the Diamondbacks answer right back. A 1-2 to Anderson. Got him. Diamondbacks win it 7-3. The times they are a-changing in the National League West. D-backs in first place all by themselves.
And they ought to be proud of that. We'll see what happens as we move forward in the season, but they've played some tough.
Guys are hot.
In the early going this year, and they have more than held their own.
Absolutely.
No D-backs baseball tonight, but that was from yesterday as they took care of business with the Brewers. They are traveling to Miami to face them tomorrow, that being the Marlins. They got a set with them this week, and then they'll follow that up with the St. Louis Cardinals, and then they'll come back to play the San Diego Padres. Finishing up here at Twin Peaks in Phoenix. Next week, we'll be at the new location, Deer Valley, which gets open next week. I'm not sure if it's open to the public next week when we're there. I won't know that until maybe today, later, or tomorrow, but I know it's close. I think they're having a little special,
soft opening
for Roc and Manuch and Jimmy B. Yeah, we got to test everything, make sure everything's all right.
Glad to do it.
You guys will have the food. Jackson and I will handle the beer,
the beverages.
Yeah, make sure it's all ready to go. So we'll have some fun with
Jimmy,
that.
you can make Twin Peaks your new refreshment stand.
That's it.
You make that all happen.
I like it.
Hey, our State 48 Roofing, it's your call. Question of the day: how long do you wait until you jump on the Diamondbacks bandwagon? You can still go to @Roc and Manuch on Twitter. Till the end of May, until the All-Star break, at least a year, or I'm on it now. Well, currently leading the charge until the All-Star breaks at 44.4%, led by I'm on it now, 33.3%. Then at least a year or until the end of May is at 11.1%. So once again, just go to @Roc and Manuch on Twitter and vote for the State 48 Roofing. It's your call. Question of the day.
I can see that. I mean, look, people are going to be hesitant with everything that has taken place with this team. And it's just kind of fun the way that they have gotten out of the block so well.
3 minutes.
I think, Rock, you made a good point earlier in the
Thank
show.
you, dude. I really appreciate that.
It's amazing.
Will that make
Jackson
very rewind tomorrow? So Rock made a good point.
They can get that because he's going to drop something on us right now.
I am. I thought that your point was more than relevant. So there I am. I'm brown-nosing again. So here we go. When you said this road trip in the Marlins and then the St. Louis Cardinals is going to kind of give us a real indication of maybe of what this team is all about.
Could be. We'll see. I think what's more importantly is, Jackson and Dan always order a lot of food to
Damn
go.
right, man.
They know it's free to go every time we're
Free, it's for me. I'll take
Well,
free.
the good thing is she didn't hit the
2
button
minutes.
that says to go, so it's here. Right in front of us. So what's good about that, we should take a picture of it. More importantly, I'm going to eat some of it before I leave.
Rock to see
I never abuse our partnership.
We don't
with-
abuse
Yeah,
anything.
Yeah, really?
We don't.
You both ordered steak.
No, I didn't order
You ordered steak.
He
There's
ordered
a steak.
ribs. I did ribs.
What's the other one's a steak?
Yeah.
There's just okay. Jax is that kid
He's
who's
a
just
he's a
stealing.
growing boy.
And I got wings too.
Anyway, so you order. So it's supposed to be everybody gets one meal per person. You
Yeah.
guys have 4 there.
No, I got ribs and a salad. That's all.
The food is just so damn good, Rock.
Yeah, because you're not paying for it. I am.
We're taste testing, that's for sure. The more we can do. I mean, are you feeling me on that? We'll speak for food. Are you kidding me? We're all over that.
You guys talk a lot for that. Jeez,
We've
anyway.
earned it.
Tomorrow we'll be out at Right Toyota. Who do we got on the show, Manuch? Anybody new tomorrow?
And we got Sean Salisbury going to join us.
Yes.
Scott Spreitzer.
Out of retirement.
Yeah, after a month off. So he should be
Yeah, he
coming
took
back.
the month off.
Scott Spreitzer and efforting a couple other guys to see if they want to come and
Brock Purdy, we get him back on? I mean,
Not
we can
Brock.
live on that.
Brock's in town, but I don't think he'll come back. We'll get him. I'll tell you what we'll do in the summertime for go to San Fran. We'll get him out for an hour. Have him come hang out with Roc and Manuch and Jimmy B.
I like that.
Give him
Maybe
some culture.
Maybe a little autograph session, or maybe
We can do that.
that'd be kind of fun.
It could be. Bring all your stuff. He'll sign it. That's for sure.
And also tomorrow around 3:15, the famous rewind, which will be
Jimmy, tune in.
Yeah,
Tune in, Jimmy.
to Jimmy B rewind tomorrow 3:15. Hey, thanks.